And
Do you want to know what my tool of choice is?
for what? Because my tool of choice for everything is a knife. By the way, hello audience! Bonne
Hello.
and welcome to another game of Pathfinder.
Idiot.
What? Don't leave us hanging. What is your tool of choice?
Click.
Awesome.
Well, he knows how to sharpen weapons.
Yeah, but she smashes, she cuts.
If she tries
She
using
breaks.
my skull as a whetstone again, we're going to have problems.
She makes a mean foe.
I'm gonna be that person and say it's pronounced fa. But yes, last time we played, everyone had... Oh, wait, I'm nowhere near where I need to be on the fucking... Oh, damn it. Now the audience gets to see all this shit that y'all can't see yet.
Hold on, let me rewind the stream a bit.
But yeah, last time they left and they ran across some half-orcs who had set up in the outskirts of the forest outside of Waterdeep, and in the process they saved a woman with 4 arms that someone in my audience described as a sexy Sudanese female pro wrestler. That is so perfect.
I'm not paying their therapy bills.
But yes, so when we ended the session, I presumed you guys took a long rest, so I'm presuming it's morning now. Unless anyone has any, anyone had anything weird they wanted to do at night.
No,
Which is probably everyone.
My character is going to do something in the night before he goes to bed.
I think that Seth would have just kind of wandered around a little bit.
Slept in the tree.
Not too far from the camp, but just kind of patrol around just a little bit.
Now, I had one question for you, Phage. Aleti don't have a constitution score, so do they actually need to sleep? I mean, all the things that rest does aside.
I was assuming I was just going to sit underneath a tree with a candle reading from my holy book.
Oh, okay, that certainly counts as rest.
And just to annoy everyone, Ike could have probably been just sitting there and eating sugar cubes while he's reading his holy book. Which he had in her bag. Stashed.
Crunch.
Alright, so...
The nightmare of every moviegoer, isn't it?
Elsie, be quiet. I know the kids are running back and forth, but you gotta chill. Yeah? Alright, so, yeah, Ikrik and Idra are going to roll for health. LT, I said quiet. So, yeah, crap, where'd my window go? Don't tell me I already I closed it. Of course I did.
Well, what I want to do with my character is that he wants to lie out all his focus objects and spend a little time polishing them and caring for them.
I mean, you mean health or heal?
This would just be recovering health.
Okay. Strength, dexterity, constitution is the character.
I'm sorry, I also play a 5th edition game, so I can't remember. I'm trying to remember which one, which way you rest.
I don't think that well, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think Pathfinder has hit dice recovery.
Yeah,
It doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, in which case, you guys are at full health.
Hit die plus modifier.
Well, okay. So in 5e, they have hit dice, like certain amount of hit dice that they can roll.
To rest, yeah, for rest.
In 3.5, it was your Constitution modifier plus how many hit dice you have is what you heal up during a long rest.
It looks like it's the same in Pathfinder. So, yeah, Ikrik needs to roll...
Well,
sitting
you don't
here.
roll it, it's
Or
just
rather-
however many hit dice you have. So we're level 2, so it would be
2
2
hit dice plus
your-
the con modifier.
Yeah, so 2 plus con.
So you heal a total of... wait. You regain 5 health, and our dear Idra recovers. Well, I get that doesn't... it's not information for y'all, but she recovers health.
Ah, you actually changed my numbers in the process accidentally. And
No, I
actually-
took your rage off because rage wouldn't apply to it.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's 18 out of 25 then.
Not bad. Could be worse.
Yeah.
And I get
The
my
sugar
spells
helps.
back.
So,
next week,
yeah.
like,
I need to change my spell setup. Let me check my spells real quick.
Alright. In the meanwhile, it's generally a quiet night. In the far distance, you can usually hear people walking around, but none come across you while you are resting. And in the meanwhile, I need to move a group.
Actually, during the night, can I go ahead and return their weapons to them? Down at the wall?
Who? Who are you returning weapons to?
I
We
rather-
have the weapons of the adventurers down at the wall.
Yeah, but I rather
Oh.
don't return them just yet.
I mean,
We don't really need them, we're already armed.
if you want to, you
Yes,
can.
Yes, but we can use them as payment for the next job we need help with.
It is a long way back to the wall. Not a super long way, but... y'all's call.
If you keep them, you can also sell them later.
No, we're not selling them. We're going to use them as payment for the party next time we see them.
I think of it as a good faith payment. This way they know. This way they don't have to spend the gold they've already gotten. They'll
This
probably be a
way-
bit more willing to work with us later if we just
Exactly.
bring them back. They'll owe us one.
Okay, if you
Hey, Seth?
if you make them aware that they owe us one, then do it.
So, Seth just,
Of course.
Seth, in all his mild wandering, is it, okay, are we done with the night yet, or is it morning? Because if Seth moved where I think you moved,
I moved basically from here to here and back down to the tree in this kind of triangle.
well, okay. Well, damn. I thought I was gonna get a spring a fight on you right away. But no, you get through the night easy. And, yeah, the next morning you all are more rested, you are healed up, or at least somewhat, and I can't select my, oh, no wonder, I'm on the, and the four-armed woman is awake and staring down the road very early in the morning. It's not clear what she's doing.
Right.
Taking a sip from my wine bottle, then start singing about what to do about the drunken sailor.
Oh god.
Ikrik waking up, rubbing her eyes, and she's like, "Coffee."
I pour some wine into my breakfast bowl and offer a drink to Ikrik.
Because wine and coffee are exactly the same thing.
So Seth doesn't smell or sense anything through the night with his patrolling then.
No, you're still downwind. The weather hasn't really changed.
Alright.
Ikrik takes the cup and says, "Good enough, I guess." Ooh, 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 ooh,
So yeah, she's standing there, and you guys are in the middle of what looks to be a grove that the road passes through, or rather, you're to the edge of a grove that the road passes through.
Where did she go? Where did the four-armed woman go? I don't see her.
Idra is literally right outside your vision, on the road.
Oh.
LT, stop.
Oh, okay. I trot up to her in my cat form and say, "What's up?" Because I notice her looking down the road.
I thought I heard something early in the morning. I was concerned about other attackers.
He kind of stretches and says, "Well, I was patrolling. I didn't see anything. But it's good to keep our ears open and our senses wide."
Very much so. Also, why are you a cat?
Because I am a cat?
I think she met you in human form, so...
I thought she recognized that I was a Bastet.
No, she only recognized that Tegwin was a Letty.
Oh,
You could
well,
move.
I thought I had made
towards
something.
them
Okay, well.
and says, "What you doing with Kitty?"
The cat came to me and spoke, and if I didn't recognize the voice, I might have been a bit weirded out. However, all is well with that.
I could have swore she recognized that I was a Bastet, but alright.
No, but this is the kind of person who just kind of rolls with whatever happens.
Seth walks over to Ekrik and just rubs her leg.
Aw, cute kitty. Equal pets. Seth with one finger along the head and says, "Come, kitty." Opens her palm and asks him to jump on her arm.
He jumps up and then makes his way to her shoulder. And then his way to her head.
Kitty is very nice, Kitty. She looks suspiciously at the four-armed woman. Kitty does not get hurt.
Idra's barely paying attention. At this point, she leans forward and takes to a dash and runs straight out of your guys' view behind a tree.
So she dashed behind a tree?
Yeah,
Which
behind
direction
north.
did she dash?
She went straight north, following the road.
Well, Seth is going to turn and is going to jump down and then turn into a human and stealth over to here. If I turned the right thing on, over to here. Roll stealth. $27.
You are very stealthy.
Alright. I'm gonna follow the tree line and kind of trot up after her.
Alright.
Trying not to be seen.
Ikrik actually notices the strange behavior and, just in her own manner, screams at the rest of the group, "Hey! Something's apparently up! Prepare!"
With the orc screaming, I think I will slide underneath one of the trees.
I am moving close to a tree as well and holding my bow tightly.
Ikrik just reluctantly struts under one tree and is like, "They saw me anyway at this point. Whatever."
Alright, I presume you're just trying to move up and find Idra? Seth?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I think you saw her for a second.
Oh, did I?
Well, I saw that you had vision of her for a second.
Oh, okay. I totally saw her for a second.
Wait,
Totally.
she's behind this tree.
Okay. So I would have probably saw her when I moved up. Alright. Well, in that case, I'm going to probably move up behind this tree.
And at that point is when you see a raiding party hiding behind trees. Well, some of a raiding party hiding behind trees on their own.
Interesting.
So,
Oh
Right.
yes, I do see the one.
yep. So-
He, with his back to the tree, he motions to Ekrig with some motions like around the tree, trying to let her know that there is some enemies ahead.
Ikrik finally notices at barely her eyesight length there are people, and she prepares and shouts back to the people, "Prepare! Enemies ahead!" Because that's very intelligent, isn't it?
It's so intelligent that you've made sure that everyone knows that enemies are ahead, including our dear friends right here, who rush out from behind the tree in complete shock. And of course, they're not the only group that comes out. Another group comes out here, attempting to flank Saul and Tegwin, although not doing as nearly good a job as they would like. Oh shit, you guys aren't...
So they haven't seen me or
I don't see anything yet.
or
Okay.
four-legged girl or four-armed girl.
Yes.
I look over to Tegven, play along. I'm going to try and intimidate these people.
They, well, I need you guys to roll, initiatives.
Are you going to clear out the initiative from last time?
Oh, yes.
If they aren't within range just yet, then I may have a chance to try and do something.
And turn... They are at 60 feet, thereabouts, a little less with you and Tegwin.
Okay, they're not within range yet.
Oh, they're within range for me.
You and your pocket full of magic missiles.
Yeah.
What's the range on that? Like 200 feet, or is it 400 feet?
The range on magic missile?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, where's initiative?
120 feet.
Ugh, that initiative is crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm...
Have it as well. Leave it.
Where is the initiative roll?
Oh, God, you know, if you think your initiative was bad...
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Sometimes it pays not to have any, lividity.
Apparently I'm always the second in the row.
So they haven't spotted us yet, then?
Nope.
9,
spotted
4,
Eknig.
12... Oh, wait, no, just 9 and 4. 9
Can
and...
I try? Can I try my attempt at scaring these people?
9 and 10, okay. I don't see your initiative, so...
I'm trying to figure out where my initiative is.
It's on the first main page.
Yeah. Ah, there it is.
Directly descending.
I
I'll
got
just-
19.
Okay, I will... What? Come on, please, thank you. Alright, I'm going with the first one, Saul, sorry. Alright, so Tegwin is up first.
I'm second apparently, so...
No, there's a half-orc ranger before you.
Okay.
Alright. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
And this guy right here. I'm going to make his
Alright.
cloak change colors. Trying to get this guy's attention.
This one is... Orc 5.
I'm
Or
not going to say
Barbarian 5,
anything.
I should say.
I'm just going to make his cloak turn black.
Alright, you don't really have to roll anything for that, so... His cloak is black, however, he is not in his friend's line of sight.
He's not in this guy's line of sight?
No, they're facing you guys. I might have the facing wrong because I'm so far zoomed
Okay.
out. My apologies.
Yeah, it looks like they're facing north. That was the
Oh.
whole reason I was going to do that.
My
Trying to pull
mistake.
the archer, not the,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got their facing all... Okay, these guys facing is alright. It's just these two who are all fucked up.
Okay then, cancel the Prestidigitation. I will instead double magic missile this guy.
Alright. Yeah, it's just a spell slot and roll for damage.
Six points.
6 points of damage. Alright, he is impacted hard by this. It looks like you've, also made yourself an enemy. So... Oh, wait, were you gonna move? Sorry.
I will take a small step forward and make a rather rude gesture at him.
You're only upsetting him more. Not that that actually matters, because it's not his turn for a while. Yeah, not his turn for some time. But yeah, yeah, this guy's turn. And he hasn't seen Seth, but he has seen you, Eklik, and is going to make a run for you. But only makes it to the road.
A click for president.
I was gonna say I'd probably be pretty hard to see.
Akik charges back in response
It's your
And-
turn, yeah.
and swings her orc hammer.
Alright, roll to hit.
I mean, orc
Oh
double
my
axe.
god. Oh my god. You cleave the half-blood into pieces. I'm not kidding. You just took out all of the archer's health and his fucking constitution score. He is so dead. He's just dead. Oh my god. You just
You do not
brutalized
bother-
him.
You do not bother Ikrik before morning coffee.
Alright. This
A
range...
reincarnation spell won't bring that guy back.
No, he is deader than dead. This archer sees the massacre, his fellow ranger, takes 10 foot, I guess maybe 15 feet forward, but that's okay, and loads up his bow. You are Ranger 4. Need my character sheets to spread out across my desktop now. And he's angry. He's so angry. He's so angry. Wait, you didn't rage first, did you? So yeah, I think that hits.
I mean, last game I actually hit rage for like 20 rounds or something, so I think
Right,
it's
but the long rest would have ended it.
okay.
So yeah, that hits for 8 damage.
Does rage work the same way in Pathfinder as it does in... Oh wait, no, probably not. I was gonna say in 5 it ends if you don't hit something.
No,
Or
there's not that
attack.
condition.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, he cocks his bow and rapidly fires off 2 arrows at you, dealing a total of 8 damage.
Okay.
Where are the archers?
One is dead in front of Eklik. This is the second archer, and this is the third ranger, but, you know, language. So now it is the barbarians' turn, and Eklik, you are just being pounced upon. That was this guy's friend. They had been on many raids together, and now he is just going to... Wait, let's make sure he can... Yes, he's going to rush in and take a swing.
He's also wearing his buddy.
Yeah, he stepped on his friend in the process. It wasn't the best decision made.
Here's what you do, Ikrig. You grab his head and you just give it to him.
Which one are you?
Present for
You're
Orc
6.
friend.
Alright. Character sheet, attacks, and yeah, he's just taking a normal double axe swing. No, I highly doubt 9 hits. What's your armor class again, Red?
It's parade armor.
No, I mean, under defenses, the AC.
It's total 15.
Yeah, this does not... it does nothing to you. And with that, we move on to this archer, who is, well, pretty burnt up with magic missile. He's not happy with that. And he decides that he is going to take his revenge in the same way the other archer did, and forgive this, there we go. Does 14 break your armor class?
I believe... Let me check. Just double checking here. Defense. 14 does, yes. That is my armor class.
Alright, so you take 5 damage because you round up, right? Because it's piercing, you're in a leady, so you take half
Right,
damage.
so I take half damage.
And half damage rounded up would be 5.
Alright.
Alright, Seth, time to be the good kitty.
I'm going to sneak to about here. Get the right thing. And they still haven't noticed me, right?
No, you're still under the effect of your last stealth roll.
Then I am going to go to sneak attack this archer.
Alright.
With 2 daggers, so he will be denied his Dex AC, and I'm gonna throw 2 daggers, which will be at -3 each, because I'm just slightly out of range.
That hits. And that hits.
And then plus... Is it a +1, plus a d6 per dagger, or just plus 1d6?
Plus 1d6.
Okay, so...
Oh, that
14
poor bastard.
damage.
You knocked him out with throwing daggers, by the way.
Yes!
I mean, literally, hit him in the head with daggers and he just collapsed to the ground.
It's awesome.
Alright, Saul, it's your turn. And also, I should have tuned these enemies up a bit. Oh, crap. Where are we? Yep. Alright, Saul, it is your turn.
I How many are we fighting? I only see 2 of them.
There's five in total. One is dead in front of Ecleek. Oh, you don't have shared vision. That's why.
Yes.
Hold on. Reveal areas. Alright, did that work?
Nope.
It didn't. Well, I better re-hide that then, seeing as what I just did kind of fucks with everything.
20 just died on me for a second, so I had to refresh it.
That was probably my fault.
Wait a moment.
Anyway, so can you see my circles?
A moment.
No?
I only see my vision.
Oh, yeah, I can see them now, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so that's Seth. There's the collapsed one. There's the dead one. There's the living one.
Okay, so 2 will be us.
Oh, speaking of collapse, let me add a marker.
Are the orcs?
Half orcs.
Half orcs. Okay, I'm going to use Ghost Sound here.
Directly behind him.
Yeah.
Alright. I believe you don't have to roll anything for that. He has to make a will save.
Yeah.
And he completely fucking fails. This guy believes in ghosts. He absolutely believes in ghosts. He freaks out, he turns around and looks trying to find where this problem is.
Well, Ghost Sound is just illusion, audible illusion, so I get
Oh, yeah.
inside the sound.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, well, what was the sound?
Yeah. Are we there yet?
Are we
That's the
there
sound.
yet?
That was the sound.
Well, he turns around anyways, like a fool, trying to answer a question of someone who's probably already dead, or who he who he thinks is still alive, but is clearly dead at the feet of Ecleek. Are you gonna take a move action?
I think from now on I'm going to stick near the orc.
I'm going to move up here. I'm
Alright.
not good at battle.
So you're abandoning me to our enemies.
No, I'm distracting them. Still close. I can still heal you. I guess that I don't really have.
No, you can't.
I
Alright.
can't hit them either because they're too far away from me.
I need to pull up this spellbook right quick.
No
My
healing.
apologies. Alright, so Idra is going to be casting, I believe she's just in range for it. Yes, she is. She is going to be casting Daze. She raises, one of the arms that is not holding a scorpion whip up, and her eyes roll back in her head, and she casts a spell that has kind of a cloud-like appearance that hits this half-orc, thank you, and he rolls will to negate, and negates. Oh, that sucks for me. So he is not dazed, and that leaves us with our last half-orc barbarian, who is going to bum rush, but not make it that far. Alright, so, Tegwin, your turn again. Things are getting a little more close quarters.
You're muted.
Splitting a magic missile between this one and this one.
Alright.
For the archer, two points. And 2 points for the barbarian.
I thought these archers were tougher than this.
And then I am backing away.
Alright, you're dead. I can take you out of rotation. Iklik, it is your turn, and you've got someone up your ass.
And that's why I'm just gonna swing my orc hammer at them.
Holy shit, god damn it. Alright, he is completely incapacitated and so close. Seriously, he's going to die by the time it takes you guys to kill the rest of these orcs. Oh my god.
Yay, orc double axe!
That was just disturbing.
As I
Holy
said,
shit.
don't piss Ikrik off before morning coffee.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I just looked at that. There is something wrong with your... I don't know why you have plus 24 damage on there. You should not have plus...
I don't know.
Plus 11.
This is what you guys told me last time, so that's what I put in.
I
'Cause-
don't see the...
It was, 20 critical to multiple, yeah. Oh yeah, because apparently this thing has a game breaker times multiplier. You told me it has a
Oh, no, the multiplier is the crit multiplier, not the damage multiplier. I'm gonna give you the crit damage, because that still applies, but this guy did not just take that. Let me fix this for you right quick. 1 and 3. Just go ahead and... No worries. Just re-roll it. I'll take the original. I'll take the original. 13 damage is still not bad. All right, so
Natural 7, nice. Wait, do D7s even exist?
that should be a D8. I'm adding 1 more damage to it. And D7s do exist. They're just very strangely shaped and not used very often.
Interesting.
Very.
It's more like rolling a wheel than rolling a dice. Alright, so yeah, he is still... You still quite injured him, so you got that going for you, which is nice.
So it's still the fear, don't piss me off before morning coffee.
Yeah, this half-orc ranger is down. And... Crap, how does this... It's a, what save is it again? Oh, well done. Well, he has stabilized himself.
Which, this guy?
This one. So let me take the marker off his mask. The mask off him, rather.
But he's not... But he's still unconscious.
Yes, he's just stabilized. Oh, right. I should probably leave that marker on him for that. Sorry. I'm not at my best tonight.
That's alright.
But yeah, from here we move on to this guy, whose ears are still ringing from being smacked upside the head so hard. And he is going to swing right back. Now in a Pathfinder, it's lower. Equal is still a fail, right?
I think that equal.
I think equal is still a hit.
Yeah, equal is still a hit.
I'm mixing up 5th Ed and Pathfinder. Yeah.
was
So.
thinking
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I think it's the same in 5th too.
No,
Equal is
5th you have to be higher than to hit.
Oh.
I know that one for
Which
sure
is
because.
easier than trying to calculate Thago back in 2nd Ed.
Well, yes.
That
Alright,
was
so.
always fun.
You
Equal-
have
There's
to
an
keep
old
in
school.
mind my only knowledge of 5th edition is from watching Critical Role. So
I play a game on Sundays as compared to GMing on Fridays. Iklik, you take 8 damage.
Okay. Little help here.
More than a little.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm down to 2.
Ikrig is in range of me.
Hmm.
Can I get to Ikrig in a
how
turn?
does the orc that's fighting Ikrig look kind of rough? Does he look like
Yes.
he's having okay?
That last hit looks like it did quite a lot to him. However, the half-orc ranger that Tegwin has been picking on is going to make a 20-foot step forward. Well, a few 20-foot steps. A few steps equaling 20 feet. And take very careful aim. And miss anyways, god blessed fuck.
Wait, which one?
Sorry. This one was firing at you.
I thought you said that one was dead.
No, this one's the one that was distracted by Are We There Yet?
Yes.
But he missed, so stop complaining.
I wasn't complaining, I just thought I had taken him out with a missile.
No, you only did...
2 points.
Yeah.
Not my finest volley.
But yeah, now we've got Seth. It's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move down here. This guy hasn't seen me, right? Like he didn't
No,
notice-
he's unconscious. He can't take any action in response to you moving up.
No. This guy that's next to Ikrik.
No, he's kind of got battle focus going on.
Cool. Then
And
I'm
you
going
kind of
to
evaded his vision the entire time somehow. I can probably be blamed for that one.
Well, 27 stealth, so
Yeah.
I am going to throw some daggers at him. So once again, he'll be denied his dex. And d6. That would be 12, 20 something points of damage. 21? 21 points of damage?
13 plus 6 is 21, minus 21. Stop braining these people! His brains spread. You throw your daggers with the force of a bullet, and his brains splatter onto Iklik. Holy sheds. Seriously, you're not giving these people any chance to, survive.
But you know what?
That's hilarious.
All right.
Alright, so 2 dead, 1 down, 2 left. And Saul, it is your turn.
There's only these 2 left now, isn't there?
Yes, the 2 in front of y'all.
Oh, and Seth,
And I have 2 health left.
Seth looks at Ikrik and says, "Is that help enough?"
Very much so, Ikrik says.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good Kite!
I'm going to use minor feedback now.
You're going to what now?
I'm going to use minor fig now.
Don't you have any attacking spells?
Nope.
Okay, sorry, what did I miss? If anything? Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to use minor figment as a minor image.
Okay, let me look that spell up right quick.
Yeah, it's like solid image, but they also have some sound.
Okay. Yeah, minor image is kinda neat, actually.
It's going to place it here.
Alright,
No,
let me...
Here.
And is this just going to be an your image, essentially?
No, it's going to be an image of one of these orcs who will say something like, "Are we there yet?" And he's going to,
You just
he's going,
you just keep running with that, don't you?
yeah, and he's going to look like he's dead, just undead.
Alright, this is our image. Come on. No, let me... Fuck it, it's facing you. Alright, so... He, wait, he looks dead?
He looks undead.
Yeah, and he says something like, "Are we there yet?" And he should be loud enough so both of them should be hearing him. Already heard him once, so...
Yeah. Well, you have caught these guys flat-footed. He turns around, shocked to see what he sees. This guy's facing this way, so it's not a huge gain on the archer part, but certainly keeping them distracted with a false image is going to be helpful. Are you gonna take a move action?
No. These are the only two left, so if I could go to E-click, but I think it'd be better for me to focus on these two now. Keep them distracted. And also I can attack them with the image next round.
LT, stop. Hold on.
It's okay. To be fair, LT is much better behaved than my ERC. I have an Imperial Pekingese. He just does what he wants.
As do most animals.
Imperial Pekingese in particular.
Nice. Well, I'm just going to keep focusing by battling like a illusionist because I don't have any damage spells.
I thought you had picked some up.
No, I don't. I have transportation, I have conjuration, and I have illusion.
So what's your base class?
I'm an
Cultist.
occultist. I don't get any neat things before I get another level or two, then I'm starting getting interesting stuff.
Okay, so we've got
Battle just showing
Idra
us
up
here.
next. Damn, right outside of range. So we can only hit him. And she is going to make herself look quite scary as she lets out another ear-piercing scream, much like the one she did last night. And I really hope that this guy's prepared. Which one are you again? You are number 5? Yes. Oh, god damn it. That could have gone better. Well, she just, well, okay, oh wait, no, it's, partial. Awesome. Negates the day's effect and halves the damage. Alright. Roll 2d6. 7, 4. -4 and no daze. So he is still on his feet, although he is still kind of concerned about the fact that he's got an undead orc behind him, and of course, upon turning around, he became aware of just how many dead half-orcs are around as well. He's going to swing at the illusion. And that is going to, of course, you know, not do him any good, but he doesn't know that.
True. The illusion can hit him as well.
But isn't the illusion dispelled as soon as it would take damage?
Yeah, a minor image and solid image, I believe, don't really have hit points for shit, but the higher stuff do.
It's concentration plus 2 rounds. Includes minor sounds. No. It's not dispelled. He just takes a swing and doesn't do any damage to this image. Or rather, it doesn't disappear.
Yeah, every time he hits it, he can get a chance to disbelieve it, but
well, he didn't even actually. I mean, what's your Is that cast with charisma?
oh, int.
Int? What's your int?
13. No,
Well,
it's 13.
he
14.
he still believes anyways. Anyway, let's keep this party rolling with Tegwin and the pocket full of magic missiles.
I was going to say, don't call it unlimited. Not quite that many. What are the general condition of the 2 remaining targets?
The archer looks quite exhausted. The barbarian much less so. The ranger's also kind of disheartened by aiming as well as he could and missing you entirely.
Okay, then. I'll go with a repair undead. For 6 points.
Oh, you healed yourself. Awesome. Well done.
Well,
it's probably a good idea.
Anyone else.
Probably a good idea, considering, you know, you don't sponge damage at all. Are you gonna take a move action?
Just in case, I'll move up beside Saul, just in case. So we've got flanking bonus if someone decides to charge.
Alright. Ikrik, it is your turn.
I'm considering doing Rage. Because my health really sucks at the moment.
Yeah, or maybe you should avoid the combat and let us finish this too.
So, what's your suggestion then?
I suggest you just hang back, because unless it's clearly that we are in trouble, it's better to preserve.
Okay.
I would certainly.
I can't get to you.
Yeah, you want to stay close to your healers.
So in that case, I guess I'm gonna move somewhere out of sight, then like here.
That's
Yes.
a little too far.
Okay, so
You get 40 feet, so here.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Gotta love those racial bonuses.
You know privilege, right? Racial privilege.
Orc privilege, yeah. Alright, so... This guy...
Orcish race.
is still unconscious. He's dead. Let's take him out of the circulation. Alright, our, the ranger who is very mad at you, Tegwin, is still mad at you. And goes for broke. Ooh, and I think that hits.
Well, I can't see the roll, so...
Oh shit, yeah, GM roll, sorry. 17.
Yes,
And
that
then-
does.
And then damage of 7, so you take 4.
Alright, he's going down next round.
I would hope so. Seth, it is your turn. Although we might as well be calling you the cleaner.
Does it take an action or a bonus action or something to pull the daggers out of this guy?
That would be an action.
Okay, well, Seth carries 6 daggers, so instead of pulling the daggers out of this guy, and he's going to leave himself without throwing daggers, he's going to... have these guys seen him then?
I believe, hold on, let me check the ranges on shit. Yeah, you've been seen.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to move up into range then. And, yep, that's within 20 feet. So I'm going to just throw 2 daggers.
Because you don't have a third one yet?
Well, no, I carry 6 daggers, but I've thrown 4. So 14 points of damage.
That first one didn't hit.
Okay,
I can't
so
even
7 points of
see
damage.
our orc.
Alright, well, you know, having a knife sticking in your temple does no good for fighting against illusionary zombie orcs. That said, it is now Saul's turn.
Out of curiosity, what
Is
are
there only
the
one left now?
what
No.
are the rules for movement? Like, can I move, attack, and then since I still have movement, make
Yeah.
another move?
So long as it's within your 30 feet, yeah.
Okay, well then what I'm going to actually do then is take another step back towards over here.
Get close to those daggers.
Yes.
And
Okay,
there's 2 of them
only one
because...
left.
No, there's 2 of them left. This guy and this guy. Neither of them are dead yet.
Okay,
Because-
my illusionary orc is going to make a swing at him, and I'm going to cast Ghost Sound.
Okay, illusions can't actually do damage. They can only basically give their victim a will saving throw.
Okay, must be advanced illusions that could do illusionary damage.
Yeah, because minor image is just like silent image. However, it can make smells or sounds.
Yeah, I'm going to use just use Ghost Sound then.
Alright.
Send it towards him. I'm putting the sound here. Whoa!
Alright, let me give 2. Well, they both fucking believed it, and you are horrifying these guys. And you are still facing that way. He is actually going to turn away from the illusion, trying to figure out what's going on and look at his friends.
Out of curiosity, because you had originally said that this guy was flat-footed. or these guys are flat-footed because of this, the illusion behind them. So, were they still flat-footed?
They would have been... Only... No, it's just that turn that they would be flat-footed.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Because
I can still do sneak attack if they're, flat-footed.
Right. Alright, so now Idra is going to... Yeah. Try again with the headache making. Okay, where are you at, Idra? There you are. And she is targeting this guy. So... Ha! He finally takes full damage and is dazed. And of course the damage is just shit. But he's dazed, that helps. Something that means dazed. I know, lightning bolts. Lightning bolts mean dazed. Oh wait, no, I put those on. I did not mean to put those on Idra. Yeah, she dazed herself. No, this one is dazed. And that means I also fucked her health up instead of this guy's health. There we go. He does not look happy. He does not look happy at all. He's terrified of ghosts. He's got a splitting headache.
I wonder if they're going to Larch. It's supposed to be one of the weirdest fight ever.
Well, he's dazed, so he can't do much.
But what about his friend?
Well, his friend's turn isn't up for another. His friend isn't up for a little bit yet. Wait, yeah. His friend already acted. Just has the worst luck in these archers have the worst luck. I need to remember that in the future. Alright, so he can't do anything because he's dazed. The most he can do is attempt to move. And technically, that does not... He's actually trying to get away.
Finally.
He can't take any actual actions, though, so Tegwin, you've got someone facing away from you.
Alright, I'll split it again. Towards the archer, 3 points. Towards the fleeing orc, 2 points.
The archer is very, very beat up right now. He didn't have to be... as they say, he's been told twice. But yeah, now we have Iklik, it's your turn.
Can I actually run up to the dazed one and swing my axe at him?
Are you within range? Yes, you are. Now, daze only affects their ability to take action. His armor class remains the same. Not that it matters with you. Alright, -9. He is knocked unconscious with a blade somehow. Or, wrong icon.
Don't piss me before my first coffee in the morning.
No. Oh, no, still not in range for heals, though. Alright, that ranger is still unconscious. Okay, shit, I forgot how you get up from unconsciousness.
I think you have to be healed.
I think you do too. Oh, you need to, yeah, you need a, recovery spell, you need a heal, and if you're below 0, you need a stabilize spell. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
just
So
laid
you can
out.
survive 8 hours.
I was thinking that it was basically just a heal, and if you go over 0, then
Well, no, if you're under 0, you need to receive a stabilize spell, Edge of Death, stabilize, and that will immediately put you at 1 health. This one is pretty stupid. He's trying the same, he does not understand that, he does not understand, Einstein's definition of insanity. He finally hits. He finally hits for 3 damage.
Who hit?
Half-Orc Ranger 4, your beloved friends.
Alright, I'll remove the 2 points.
Oh no, it was 6, so 6 divided by 2 is 3.
The 3 points then.
Sorry. Should have made that more clear.
Alright.
And we move on to Seth.
So Seth's going to reach down to pick up his daggers, but he's not going to pull them out, per se. He's just basically going to take them, since they're already in the unconscious orc, and just pull.
Oh, twist the knife. Oh, good lord. I'm just calling that 2 damage.
Okay. And then, and basically he just because basically he's just going to drag and then pull them out as his action.
Yeah,
So you're
twisting the
away.
knife. Oh my god.
Love it. Love it.
So is the is that orc still stabilized after that?
No.
So much for questioning them.
Well, the one next to Ekrik is down. Is still.
Yeah. He's still alive, but knocked unconscious by an axe.
Yeah, but I want to find out where this orc factory, all these orcs...
Well, you can still ask questions.
Swing
the
first,
thing.
ask questions later.
If you wanted to, basically you would have to stabilize them and heal them if you wanted to ask questions. I think if you really want to get one low and then grapple him or subdue him, do subdual damage, because otherwise we're wasting
That requires
spells.
a delicate touch. And I don't have that.
Speaking of a delicate touch, Saul, it's your turn.
I'm just going to move up here. Over here. And this illusion is going to move here.
I presume he's
I just
body
got-
blocking?
Yeah, I'm just going to shout out at the orc. Well, you just surrender already. Diplomacy.
Alright, give me a diplomacy roll. I will contest.
Should have some nice modifications now. Yeah.
God damn it. Well, you know what? You've got him convinced. He stares at you angrily. He stares even angrier at the little girl who has pummeled him with magic missiles. And then puts his bow to the side, drops it, and takes a knee. And that ends combat for now.
Alright, well, I'm gonna finish this guy off that's in front of me.
Alright, go for the coup de grace.
I'm going to walk over to the orc and say, I want your name.
That would be, what, ×3?
I didn't give these guys names, 1 second.
Well, you have a name for him. Tiamtra. ×3.
Tiamtra. Oh, nice. Yes, okay. Well, Tiamtra looks up at you angrily and just says, Tiamtra.
I do a little dance as if I'm grabbing his name and putting it into my into my breakfast bowl.
By the way, that is a Coup De Gras damage times 3. Is that
I
how
think
it
it's
works?
just the crit damage you would normally get.
So then it would be times 2. So I
Yeah.
did 6 points of damage with 1 dagger. And I have another one if I need to.
Well, he is bleeding out. He is still unconscious, but he's not quite dead yet.
Well, in that case,
Do I need to
8.
perform for my?
Now he's
Ability
dead.
skill.
Now he's
Alright.
dead.
I'm gonna search his body.
All right.
While they're questioning that guy, I'm gonna go search the dead bodies.
All right. The ranger has a longbow. This one has no inscriptions on it, as far as you can tell on a quick glance. It's just a normal longbow. He has about 4 gold on him. Actually, let me roll for that just to be sure, just so I have something to rely on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
30 silver, so 3 gold. You got screwed by the dice.
Okay. I am not complaining. Okay, go ahead and deal with Saul, but Seph's gonna walk over here.
Alright, while Saul is interrogating, Idra is walking up, and she does not look happy that we're letting this bastard live.
I look over to her and say, he surrendered. You should respect that at least. And besides, I look over to him, I know your name, I got your soul. If you want it back, you better do absolutely as I say. And I do the hoodoo over my breakfast bowl.
The fear in his eyes begins to show. For all his, training and orc-like inspiration, he is actually quite intimidated at this moment, because the 5 of them were supposed to be harder than this. What the fuck?
And then I do a little bow to the illusion and say, I release you, brother. And then the illusion just disappears.
And the illusion disappears in a puff of logic. The medium sighs and says, fine, I will look into his mind. She places her hand atop his head and... Where is that spell? It is, Aha, yes. Okay, so... I need the, she looks over at Iklik and at Tegwin and says, I need the assistance of others to make this, to look into this creature's past.
Iklik walks up.
I assist as well, since I got object reading. That also let me look in the past.
Alright, well, what she's doing is linked legacy. She is essentially giving you all, one of her own prophecies openly. And as you can see, all of these orcs, you basically all get a shared vision. Well, okay, everyone but Seph gets it. Seph is out of range. Yeah, Seph is unfortunately out of range. But Tegwin, Iklik, and Saul, you start to see a vision of young half-orcs training outside of Neverwinter. You can tell it's Neverwinter because it's fucking snowing.
Neverwinter. Everything bad comes from there.
There is a camp of... There's a camp of more orcs than you can count. Like 50... half-orcs, I should say. 50 plus, and they have been building up in a forest in the... I can't remember the name of the mountain right outside of Neverwinter. It's not God's Spine, it's, the Crags, that's the one. They're in the Neverwinter Wood, just outside, at the foothills of the Crags. And these half-orcs have been building up a community for themselves for some time. This orc and his band of brothers that you just slaughtered to a man have been practicing and attempting to gain weapons stolen from adventurers passing along the road north and south. And you can see that there's more than just the two groups you've fought so far. In fact, there are at least 5 bands that have made their hunting territory on the long road. There's something else in the vision. There's something else in the vision. When you, as the vision is coming towards a close, you see an old haggardly woman. Not very attractive, but she has a dignity to her in the way she carries herself. And you can see that the chief of these half-orcs has been exchanging money with her for various odd objects, things that they wouldn't keep from the adventurers that she seems to have an interest in.
Can I roll a spellcraft on that one?
Spellcraft? On
Yes.
on Link's Legacy?
So... Oh, yes. Anything seem familiar magically about her? Certain auras that may be surrounding her?
Can you do spellcraft on a vision?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
I'm sorry, that's just... God, you guys ask the best questions.
I mean, I don't know, but from a paranormal or occult stance, it would make sense if you had 2 mediums interact. I don't know about Roll20, but it would, kinda.
I have an answer on...
Yeah.
I was going to say, I have an answer about our question about stabilization and death. I just looked it up.
Oh, thank you. Unfortunately, I don't think you can cast spellcraft... No, wait, hold on. What's your int?
I believe it's 16.
Okay.
Yes.
And your spellcraft is what, 6? 5?
7 total.
Holy crap. Well, I'm going to let you... I'm going to say it. You can do that. Give me a spellcraft check.
16.
You have seen this mess of auras before. Although there's no way to be sure it's the same person, because if you've been in Neverwinter, this kind of aura can be seen on every, like, 20 or 30th person. A mess of protection and transmutation and transfiguration, illusion, just, you know, all the spells. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
And, Adwa, you said you had an answer on stabilization.
Right, so, as you know, every turn they can make a DC 10 Constitution check to make themselves stable.
Right, and I was rolling those.
You can keep a character from dying or losing any more hit points, make him stable with a DC 15 heal check. Any sort of heal cures a dying character, even 1 point of damage, he becomes stable and stops losing hit points. Healing that raises the dying character's hit points to 0 makes him unconscious and disabled. Healing that raises his hit points to 1 or more makes him fully functional again, just as if he'd never been reduced to 0 or lower.
That's what I thought it was.
So
although I didn't have the DCs offhand. Can you link me that in the Discord, by the way?
Yeah. I'm gonna link you the page. You'll have to page down to basically stable characters and recovery, but... It's like halfway down the page.
Oh, I looked right
Do we learn
past it,
anything
didn't I?
else from the vision?
I'm sorry?
Do we learn anything else from the vision?
Only if Tegwin decides to share with you what he saw.
In that case, I assume the vision is over.
Well, the combat's over. I mean, we're still playing.
The vision.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Stable, right? Healing to 0 makes him conscious and disabled. 1 makes him fully functional again, right?
So,
But no
so
one
you don't
healed
have
them,
to make
so...
you're right, yeah, but so you don't have to make a stabilization. Basically, if they're low and you can heal them past 1, then they're fully functional again.
Right. That was the one thing I was that was one thing I didn't get right. But yeah, this orc
Alright,
does
so-
not look like he does not enjoy having his fortune told.
Can I check these other dead guys now?
Sure.
I want to talk to the orc.
Alright, 6 gold between the two of them. The archer has a longbow and a quiver of 20 arrows, silver tipped. The barbarian has an orc double axe, and I rolled the money together. Each of them had 3 gold on them.
That's fine. Yeah.
Is a double axe possibly a better double axe than the double axe I have?
Nope, they're all carrying basically the same weapons. At least this group was.
I want to talk to the orc.
Alright, go right ahead.
So, tell me, how long has this suicide was been at? I understand you're trying to get weapons for your group.
He remains silent. He appears to be trying to avoid interrogation.
Ikrik just pushes him with her arm and says, "Oi! Half-breed! Talk!"
Seth wanders down here now.
I mean, I probably should roll intimidate at this point, because...
Please do. The audience can see where this is going. I want to see. God damn it! Holy shit! Well, despite just how hardy this half-orc tries to be, you do knock him off guard when you knock him off guard. And he looks up at you, he looks up at Ikrik, and then looks back at Saul, and says, "Yes, we are a raiding party, one of many. This is how we sustain ourselves. We collect weapons from the weak, and we sell them off to the highest bidder."
I will come over here and motion for forearms to follow me.
So you're being stupid, in other words. Look,
It's not stupidity, it is the way of our tribe. I know, I'm
Ikrik laughs out loud. Tribe! Half-breeds have no tribe!
He has no response to this. He just dips his head.
if you wanted weapons, there's better ways. I could help you. If it's money you need, again, I can help you, as I'm helping Ikrik. You see, are we weak? No. We already had to deal with one of your tribe. Our tribe, groups. I'd rather not have to deal with the rest, even if that is the option. Do you know how often groups like mine wander this road?
There are 3 or 4 groups a day on an average day. Some days as many as 5 or 10. But
And how successful have you been? I mean, you lost 2 of them now.
until you guys came along, we had been much more successful. The last 2 groups that had come through had made us quite a store back at our... And he cuts himself off before he's able to say the word camp.
I look over to Ikrik.
Iker growls, so you're the ones that injured Doggy, huh?
The dog attacked us.
The dog
Stuff,
protects its
Dog
master.
never guilty. You guilty.
Damn beast.
At least I'm not a freak of nature.
I'm sorry?
I'm going
At
to use
least-
diplomacy on him.
At
For
Stuff
what
was going to
purpose?
do that too. Basically, try to convince him to let us know where his camp actually is.
I'm going to put it like this: if you help us where the camp is, and you give me a chance to speak with your leader, I believe I can provide a better solution than this shit brain operation you got here. Or
You would walk into a half-orc's camp. You would be killed on sight.
I just laugh at him.
You saw the camp in the vision. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. just
Yeah, that's
just
what I'm
letting you
thinking
know.
about. Yeah, that is the one never into. But don't they have a camp in the area?
Yes, there's a smaller
Can-
camp that the different hunting parties are using. That's
Hold
what
on.
he was
What
implying.
if we try to convince him? So I'm gonna use. I don't know if I should use diplomacy or. All right. Basically, so Seth looks at the orc, and I'm gonna roll diplomacy and say, "You saw what happened today. Imagine what will happen to all of your hunting parties if you keep hunting this road." He's basically trying to convince them to hunt elsewhere other than this road. So I'm going to roll diplomacy. 19.
Oh, that is depressing. You're very convincing. You are very convincing, and he says, "If you leave me with my life, I will do anything. However, I cannot speak for the other bands."
That was
Well, you better be convincing.
He can't speak for the other bands. Once an orc or half-orc hunting band is out, they're hunting until they get their quarry and come home.
How many
I typed it out for her.
did he mention how many bands there were?
5.
You didn't see the vision, but there were 5 bands in total.
Okay, well, I didn't see the vision, so I ask how many bands are there. And how many have we taken out?
2.
3?
2
Two.
total.
What about the one that we took out at first? Or
Yeah.
was this last one? This last one was
Just a
one
larger
band?
group. It was just one. It was a slightly larger band.
Okay.
Because a band can be between 3 and 10 orcs.
Okay. Seth's going to ask about how many. He looks at the orc and says, "How many orcs are in the other bands?"
Most of the bands that patrol this road move in 3s.
Okay, so that shouldn't be. And if
And
they
Ikrik
were,
says, Ikrik pushes him one more time. Most?
Well, as you can see, the group that ran with more is now less. He's not happy. As far as he can tell, all of his friends are dead.
Okay, if you can show us where you're storing the stuff you have been hunting, I will let you go afterwards. And I may even give you your soul back.
I say he takes us through the woods and show us every other camp ahead. And we let him go upon arrival to our destination.
okay,
If
then
you
mind
wish to get there safely, traveling down the road is not how you wish to do this. He begins to stand up. Does anyone want to take an action while he does?
I look over to Ikrik.
I'm gonna roll intimidate again.
This poor bastard. This poor bastard is just terrified of you. He throws his hands up. I'm just showing you the route to take if you want to be safe. I cannot do that from my knees.
Then you show actively ahead.
He is actually going to be traveling this way and moving out of the grove. Just so you guys know what I'm doing. He starts walking, he walks past Tegwin, and he points up the gap in the trees that is represented by the trees and the edge of the map here. And says, once you get past this grove, we have our store, we have our cache where we camp out. From there, you must cross to the far side of the road and travel northward, following the edge of the mountain. And only then...
Wonderful! Then you will show us there directly.
He's trying to.
Okay.
So...
I hope we can stop by the cache so we can empty it for ourselves.
So
Yeah.
so this this guy right here, is he just knocked out?
Yeah, the two with the masks are just unconscious.
Well, the one with the mask, I coup de gras.
Oh,
him.
right, you did coup de gras him. I'm sorry, I didn't mark that.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and coup de gras this guy.
You love your coup de gras, don't you?
I just listen. If we leave him
Oh,
unconscious-
yeah, and your two daggers. Your two daggers were in the body of one of those orcs, all the way
yeah,
north. Just making sure.
Yeah, I got them when I was checking their bodies.
Where's the cache? Let me see. Is it close?
It's literally on the far side of this grove that you guys are crossing through right now.
Alright, I am just going to...
So our four-armed friend had
Dagger.
the say of it?
She knows nothing about, okay, I take that back. She knows that many in Waterdeep use magic to conceal their true identity, especially the masked lords. However, it's become such a common practice with lawyers and scriveners as well, that there's no way to be sure that this old woman in the vision is the same woman with whom you're familiar. At least not for her.
So what she did, was it a scry, or was it a memory?
It was a linked legacy. It is a, it's basically scrying. It's the answering of questions, and she took the roles on all of y'all's behalf.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going
It's an
to...
arcane spell I don't have.
Right.
Yeah, it's a divine spell, actually.
Oh,
Just
then I
for the
really-
record, I did dagger. That would be 28 points of damage.
Holy God, he is so dead. Oh my God, you just leave them in
sorry.
complete misery.
It wasn't 28 points. It was 18 points. Sorry.
Still, good lord.
Now I'd like to loot his body.
Okay, on him, you actually find... Did that? Oh, I fucked that up. I'm sorry. Roll 2d8 times 10 plus 1. 7 gold and 1 silver.
Be close, Red.
He is also carrying a double axe and a flute, strangely enough.
Does this seem magical? Do I need
Do
to
you
roll
have
it?
detect magic?
No, I do not.
Then it doesn't seem that magical, does it? But it's very strange to find a half-orc with a flute. Orcs aren't known for their musical ability.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I could roll in like a spell. What is it? Well, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to catch up with everyone then.
All right,
And
someone, Ikrik,
scouting outside sees.
let someone heal you first.
Yeah.
God, a soft breeze is going to kill you.
Get close to me so I can heal you.
Besides, technically, it's the archer who should be leading the group here. Or the ranger, rather. And
Oh, so impatient.
clearly...
I'm going to
Alright.
heal Ikrik.
Alright, put it out there. And this motherfucker is
Checking
dead.
spell.
I'm going to stealth.
Alright. God, you
20.
are so stealthy.
Okay, I casted Cure Light Wounds.
Alright. So that's 1d8 plus mod, right? 6 health. That's not nothing, Ikrik.
That's an improvement.
Yes.
I'm healing one more time.
When okay, so just to catch up, when the half-orc passes Idra, she extends one of her whips and uses it to tie the wrists of the orc behind his back, somewhat out of a sense of revenge, and then uses the whip as a lead to make sure he doesn't get too far away. So she's staying a good distance, a good safe distance, a good like 10 feet behind, and the orc leads you guys up north, a ways from the road, until you reach a small campsite.
Is there anyone here?
The campsite appears to be empty and quiet, however, the coals are still hot on the fire. So, it appears someone has been here recently.
I'm going straight for the catch.
I'm sorry?
I'm going straight for where the goods are.
The cache is inside the tent.
I'm going to
Ikrik
go up
follows
to the
inside.
tent and look underneath the tent from the back.
And I totally can't enter.
The tent screams and tries to cover its shame. No, I'm sorry.
I'm going to peek inside the tent and see if there's anyone in there.
There is no one inside the tent right now. All you see is a large collection of weapons, varied weapons, a pile of jewelry and gold. Not very impressive, but nothing to sneeze at either. I'm
I
just
grabbed
looking
the
up.
jewelry and the gold.
Hold on a second while I grab my equipment page.
As Ikrik looks at the weapons and the gold, she says,
So I have a
with gold,
question.
she's just like, "Ooh."
Are the gems and the gold near the back of the tent?
The weapons are toward the back of the tent. So
Damn.
weapons are back here. There's a pile up near the front that has the golden jewelry.
Yeah, I'm grabbing all the gold jewelry.
Itself.
Okay, well, there is 350 gold
Nice.
sitting there in total. There are assorted silver, let's call it 30 pieces of silver, assorted laying around as well.
How much gold again? 300.
350.
350.
Nice.
Okay. And how much silver?
30, so the equivalent of 3 gold.
Yeah, but it's silver and silver is silver.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything
there's
else?
a
And jewelry.
Jewelry. There are assorted gemstone necklaces, wristlets. There is one rather special piece in the jewelry that looks like a mummified hand, bedazzled with, I guess they would be rubies or a similar red gem from this world.
It's not a monkey hand, is it? And it has
No.
all its fingers?
It has all its fingers.
The mummified hand is a necklace.
It's on a chain. It could be a necklace. If anyone has, I guess the only person with detect magic isn't near the tent yet. Or wait, you should have detect magic, don't you, Arky?
I got it. Detect magic. Is it conjuration or is it? I don't need that. I got. I can just handle the item in question and know if it's magic. What's the ability again?
Well, okay, well, you would be familiar with this item because it is a hand of the mage. It is a mummified elf hand that hangs from a golden chain and is bejeweled, and for every time it's used, one of these jewels loses its glisten. It allows you to use Mage Hand at will.
Nice.
Yeah, but I could already do that already, so...
Yeah, but there are other people who could benefit from it.
True. I'm going to keep it for now.
Ikuk
There
looks at the
is
assortment
also-
of weapons and she looks
So-
if anything is an improvement.
Just a second. Weapons.
I'd like to show Saul, or basically Saul and Tegwin, the flute that I picked up to see if
Alright.
they can determine its magical qualities.
This would actually take a spellcraft. Spellcraft? I believe it's spellcraft roll to determine.
I can do object reading on it.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I
hand
did
it
that.
over to Saul.
I'm going to ask, where did you find it?
On one of the orcs.
Did he have anything valuable?
Just a couple of gold. And these weapons, which I
Yeah.
throw down because I kept them with me because I didn't know if we wanted to keep them. So it was 2 longbows, a double axe, two double axes, and 20 silver-tipped arrows.
Add to that the 2 heavy crossbows, excuse me. 3 javelins, a cat o' nine tails.
Hold on. So how 2 heavy crossbows.
Yep.
I'm
Alright.
taking the one of the 2 heavy crossbows.
3 javelins,
3 javelins.
a cat o' nine tails,
Cat o' nine tails.
a tri-bladed katar,
What?
a tri-bladed katar, Katar.
Tri-bladed guitar.
And where is it?
Is it the 8 or the 10 heavy crossbow does the damage?
And there's also 1 earthbreaker.
Oh, that one sounds nice.
I thought you would like that.
The hell's a guitar? It's a regular.
It tells an earthquaker.
It's a 3-bladed knife essentially.
Oh, okay. So it's not a sword,
No,
but it's not a simple weapon.
no, it's a martial. However, it's got like the best crit in the game.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick up that guitar. Just put it on my stuff, though I don't think I can use it right now.
And the earthbreaker is definitely an upgrade for you, Red.
I'm definitely gonna upgrade then.
The earthbreaker. Well, here I'll start with the guitar. The guitar is 1d4 damage with a critical of 4x.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the crit 20
Critical-
or is it 19 to 20?
It's the crit's 20.
Crit 20, the multiplier is...
Times 4. But that's for the guitar, not the earthbreaker.
Oh,
The
okay,
earthbreaker is 2d6 damage, critical times 3.
critical times 3.
Yeah.
Config, I guess.
It's also a 2-handed weapon, so keep that in mind.
I don't have a shield anyway.
Yeah.
What's the plus multiplier?
No,
One?
leave that as is. You just need to add the damage 2d6, and the critical would be what is called 20 times 3.
Okay, so it's 2...
I'm gonna peek at your character sheet while you do this.
Was he able
Yeah,
to
I suck, I know.
No, it's
Was
fine.
he able to determine what that flute did?
Object vision. What are the specifics on that?
Attack modifications.
What was the spell you cast again, Ottakeen?
Object reading.
Object reading, thank you.
It isn't a spell, it's a power.
Well, I say spell.
Yeah.
Alright, give me a will check, Arkeen. Yes,
What
a will
item was
check.
there?
You get a will check from trying to read this flute.
Just a moment.
What's the attack modification on the Earthbreaker? The equation of...
You don't get any modifier on that just yet.
Okay.
Eventually you'll get a feat that allows you to add, I believe your strength as an attack modifier on it.
So I guess at the moment my double axe is better.
I don't know, 2d6 is pretty fucking impressive, especially with the 3x critical. But yeah.
I mean,
okay, well...
The attack mods on the double axe are actually 3, so...
Yeah, but 30 compared to 36 potential damage. Alright,
Okay.
so this flute gives you a sense of... It doesn't knock you on your ass or anything, but it does give you a sense of horror. The kind of horror you would feel were a dragon watching you.
So what do you learn about what it does?
As far as you can tell, this has something to do with dragons, although you can't be entirely sure.
I look over to Sav.
He looks at you expectantly.
I ain't entirely sure what this thing does. It has something to do with dragons. If you give it more time, I can figure it out. It's
Alright,
just...
he holds his hand out and expecting you to give it back so he can put it in his pocket.
Yeah, I hand it back.
Alright.
If you hand it back to me when we get back to my office and get some more proper time to study it, I will probably figure it out, but
Alright.
out here...
Idra
he
is
nods
clearly a
at you.
masochist, by the way, because while you guys are messing with money, she is just sitting here playing jump rope with her whip on the guy's wrists.
Alright, so you took because I'm writing all the loots down, so you took the Earthbreaker, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And how much gold did it was 350
350
I took
plus
that.
30 silver.
plus 30 silver. I'm just writing it down so we have an
Yeah.
accounting of it. Okay. And
I mean, I'm guessing we're gonna split that equally, so...
yeah.
Yeah, we got to split that, except for expenses. I expect we have some expenses, so I hope to use that for whatever those expenses are. When we get back to the office, we get to split up.
Make sure to
What we
keep that
have.
information on hand.
And you
So-
already took the Earthbreaker, so that is part of your set of loot already.
Right. I didn't write the Cat of Nine Tails.
Food!
I know you gave me a handout earlier that only I could edit. Is there possible that you could give a handout that all of us could access? I'd like to
Yeah.
write down our loot,
Loot
just so everyone can
notes.
see
In players' journals, everyone... No, all players. Can be edited by all players. Save changes. There we go. Loot notes.
it. All right. Cool.
Awesome.
I had just been writing it down on a piece of paper.
Also, the Hand of the Mage is one of the items of it. Was part of that loot as well.
Hand of the Mage. Let me just write this down really fast. Hand of Mage. Does it look like it's been used? Like, can we give any indication how many charges it has? And does it recharge at all?
It has 20 gems on it. It only looks like one has lost its luster.
So 19.
90 mage hands more, in other words.
Nice. Alright.
I know I have no intention
Something
of
popping up from me.
unless anyone actually had a legitimate use for it, I hope to sell it. But if anyone have a legitimate use for this thing, then I'm happy to give it to them.
I'm sure we could have a legitimate use for it at some point, but
Okay, but then we just have it as part of a bag of tricks for later then.
yeah.
Yeah, not mine.
Well, what did you call the half orc times 3? I couldn't remember what you called him, Phage.
Tira's Sham.
Well, he appears to be getting anxious, and he looks back at his taskmaster and says, "They will be back soon. I know it. We must get moving."
Yeah, I nod to them. Let's get moving. We finished here, and we need to get to our destination.
He beckons to hurry and tries to take off with a dash, causing his wrists to bleed when he pulls against the rope. But Idra keeps up, and as he crosses the road as fast as possible.
I follow.
Did you say there are crossbow bolts at all?
Yes, there's going... I gave you 2, call it 40 crossbow bolts.
Okay, I take
Needs to
20
be iron
my
tips.
crossbow. Iron tip.
By the way, it's a medium crossbow, heavy, which is 1d10 damage. Oh wait, you're small, so 1d8. Has a crit range of 19 to 20, a crit multiplier of 2, a range of 120. Also, yay, you can do damage now.
So you took one of the heavy crossbows then, Kim?
Yes, so I have something other than my spear.
That's fine. I'm gonna mark down one heavy crossbow then, and you can put the other in your inventory.
Oh, wait, sorry, there was one other thing in my notes. There is a vial of bolts of drow poison for applying to bolts.
I'll take that as well.
Okay, then just put it in your inventory.
Vial of drow poison. That's always useful.
Anyway, Idra and the half-orc are running along, and I'm very glad I put this mountain range here, because otherwise this half of the map would be completely empty. He says, "Quick, against the side of the mountain, away from the forests."
Oh shit, I didn't see where everyone went.
Where are you? I will draw an arrow. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah.
Just a second, I gotta remember where the next group was, so that he can point them out.
He could shout, "Kitty, keep up!"
Shh.
Okay, so, yeah. He says, if we had gone further up from the camp, we would have run across another group of... It looks like that's actually 4. So long as we stay to this side of this edge of the forest, we can travel up until the road opens up. And with that, he points an arrow, apparently. No. He scrolls up and then moves more. He slows down a little bit, especially because his wrists can only take so much Scorpion Whip damage, and notably, he is getting weaker as the Scorpion Whip is wrapped around his wrists.
Kirk looks at weird person. "Hey, we need this matter. Is it down, lady?"
I will be careful. She steps within range of him as to avoid her whip from being taut the entire time, and attempts to loosen it slightly. I don't know if you noticed, but everyone's racist in this world.
But everyone likes Kitty.
Kitty cute.
Anyway, so When you get up to this tree, he's going to motion for people to hide, to take cover.
Do you want me to make another stealth check?
Please do.
Alright.
I can also do a stealth check, I think.
Well, if we're all hiding, then we all need to make a stealth check. 18.
You guys are lucky these guys are idiots.
Our stealth
How do I
is terrible.
How do I have one of the highest, the second highest fucking stealth check here? I'm an orc.
When hidden, he points out that there is a group who, he points out a group that is crossing straight down the road, headed towards the camp, and very quietly motions to continue moving northward. Where are my... the two people I'm controlling right now? There. Okay. Sorry. And he continues taking cover by the trees and the trunks of the trees. Alright, and yeah, from here on we can move north safely, and he pleads with you to remove the scorpion whip from his wrists, because, well, it's not just a scorpion whip, as you're beginning to tell. You can see the life basically draining from his face. Tegwin would remember from doing the magic check that these are magically imbued, she carries magically imbued whips. However, you're beginning to see just how powerful that magic is.
We have ropes, right, from our adventurers kits?
You should,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth looks at four-armed girl and says, maybe we should use ropes.
If you insist. She unties the whip from his wrists and rolls it up into her hand, and then takes a step back.
I'll keep a finger trained at him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, before she completely unties him, he puts a hand on the orc's wrists, like, so he doesn't try to make a break for it.
Yes, but he's seen that whenever I snap my fingers,
Give me a
things
reflex
happen.
save.
Me?
Yeah.
Alright. Where the hell? There it is. 26.
Oh, that's hilarious. So he attempts to break off in a sprint. Horror in his eyes. But somehow, his shoes have laces, and those laces have come untied, and he falls on his fucking face.
Well, I was going to say Seth is very quick, so...
Yeah, well, that reflex save really did the trick. Poor bastard is on his face for trying to make an escape attempt, and it would have worked if it wasn't for those kids and your cat, too.
I was going to say, actually, what he does, since it was a natural 20, he just leaps after him and, like, tackles him and sits on him.
That works, too.
While he reties.
That works, too.
And then he hands the rope to whoever wants the rope.
I like
I'm
this
going
cat
to lean
person.
over and pat his head and say, so do you want to lose your soul? Should I just eat it, perhaps? I just pat his head.
Either looks at you. I was going to eat that soul.
Seth holds the rope and gives it to Ikrik.
Ikrik takes the rope and pets Seth. Good kitty. You, from now on, as she points a finger to the half-orc, must be nice. And I'm totally gonna roll intimidate again.
He's just falling silent. He's not even contesting. His pride is broken. His soul has been being sucked out by a whip for a while. The guy has, you know, run his last fucking scams. But yes, where we are going to be going is, allow me to draw an arrow for you guys right quick, because you did what you did, there's not much going on until we get to about 300 feet up.
He quick tugs on up. Come.
Do y'all see where the end of the arrow is?
Yeah, sort of.
No, go ahead and do it again.
Is the arrow not showing up for you?
It was, but I didn't
It
see where
was,
the end was.
yeah.
I had to zoom out. Oof,
Yeah, I
that was
can
long,
see
okay.
now.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a fight in there. That's why it's such a long distance. Anyway, I'm going to grab our beloved four-armed woman and our half-orc, excuse me, and drag them up. When we get to this tree, he again motions for you guys to hide against the bulk of the very broad base of the tree, and points out and points around the tree, saying there's another group who's gathered right at the north end of this forest. We must be careful. They are keeping a close eye on the road.
How many?
Now I need everyone to give me a perception. Is it perception? God, it's not.
Are we looking? Actively looking?
No,
Oh,
you
wait.
just need to pay attention, essentially.
Yeah, perception.
Teglin,
Perceptive,
your books
I
are
am
wonderful. Saul, your books are wonderful. A roar, unlike anything you guys have heard, perhaps in a long time, cries through the heavens as a dragon flies overhead, swooping and landing right on the road.
Seth, as he starts to take a step forward, he quickly takes a step back, putting his arms out, pushing everyone backwards, and he goes out of the side of his mouth. He goes, "Dragon."
The dragon is, I know it's a chromatic dragon here, but it's supposed to be a red dragon. I didn't have a good red dragon, token to use. The dragon,
A divine one.
for those paying attention, this dragon is exhausting a consuming fire over a section just east of the road. Excuse me, just west of the road. And, yeah, he is, if you want to peek around, he is killing off 3 half-orcs before taking off to the skies and flying away. Yes, just like that.
Well, that was lucky.
All right, so
It
are
depends
they
on your
completely dead?
Yes, oh my god, this dragon is pissed. Free MP3 download.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna poke at the crispy corpses to see what it's on them.
Ash. There is ash, and more ash on them.
Is there melted gold?
Yes, you can find melted gold in their pocket. You would have to bring that to Mert the moneylender to be reshaped into coins.
All right. So how many pounds of melted gold?
Considering the way gold is measured in this is in ounces.
Or I was gonna say, how about you just tell me how many gold pieces it would be, and I'll put melted.
It's the equivalent of 10 gold pieces melted.
All right.
And that is on the furthest body back, the archer.
All right.
I'm going to give Tealtree a look, point up at the sky, and just offhandedly mention, I wouldn't run anymore if I were you.
Oh no, this guy's fucking petrified, and by the way, I haven't been ticking his health like I should have been, I'm sorry. But he is basically, he looks rather fucking faint. Oh wait, shit, was that? Oh shit, sorry, no, that was Tegwin. Sorry, I didn't mean to kill you, Tegwin. Tegwin looks rather faint for no reason whatsoever. Where are you? There
I
you are.
already looked rather faint.
Well, yes. There you are. Okay. Oh, I have been taking the health. I thought I fucked that up. But yes, he is looking remarkably faint, and Idra remarkably flush, although clearly a little bit irritated that her snack was taken from her. He basically, Triatri basically falls to his knees as he steps out from behind the tree and looks upon his friends who are now charred chunks of, ash and bone.
Well, that's one band gone, so...
I'm going to look at him and say, there aren't any more bands in our way, right?
Not up this far. We have dodged. I took you around the normal paths of the other bands.
So what you're trying to get? Gold or money or weapons?
We take whatever we can get. We have patrons who will buy that which we don't use.
Okay, listen now. As you see, this road is going to be a lot of more unsafe for you. I'm going to let you go now so you can return. If you're smart.
No, dude.
Before he's let go, Ikrik actually says, "Name the patrons."
I do not know their names. These humans only speak with the elder.
I'm not going to
Who
tell you
is the elder?
Elder Fasra. She has been leading our tribes for 30 years now. And this would be the elder. This would be the elder over near Neverwinter.
I'm going to look
How many
over
are in the tribe? Did we see that in the vision?
They saw that it was in an amount greater than 50. Although you have just wiped out 3, 6, 16, or excuse me, 11. You've wiped out 11 of them, so...
Ikrik just goes from now on. And how do I turn your elder half-breed into a trained monkey like you? And I'm gonna go for intimidate again.
That's not an easy question to answer when intimidated. Just saying.
I'm going to look over Tagben. Do you have
Gotta be
any...
more careful though.
Well, thank God you didn't pass that one. You will never break our elder. She is hardier than even you, full blood.
And look over to Tagben. Do you have an objection to letting him go?
I'll take my chance. I just want to know where exactly he is. Mutt.
Well, you were there for the vision, so you know about where she is.
Exactly. Lead me to it.
To freeing him.
I'd like to hear this objection.
We have a broom and an apron back at the shop.
Oh my God, are you going to enslave him? I would love it if you enslaved him.
Yes!
Good idea. Perfect.
Okay.
Categories.
We need a butler.
Question.
Put him in a tuxedo.
Wait. I'm sure we would know, is slavery at all frowned upon in Waterdeep?
God, no.
Okay.
Slavery's a business in Waterdeep. There is a slavers guild in Waterdeep.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I mean, it's perfect. I'll have someone to put under fire roast sandwiches for breakfast for me now. Yes!
Excuse me, TL3. Are you literate?
I need to take down his name now. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. It's a Tialtre. I'm spelling it Tialtre.
Yeah, that's how I'm spelling it in my head.
Ikrik just rolls her eyes. Just call him Mutt.
Slave Tialtre. Half-orc. I've got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Actually, I need to take a short break as well.
I
You
mean,
guys...
ironically, missed me the same.
The same.
Okay, commercial break, people. Buy your dishwasher capsules.
Anyway, audience, we will be back in 2 shakes of a urinating genital.
Okay, back. I got an actual kitty too. No, be quiet.
By the way, just in case anyone cares, that would be the first dragon sighting in about 40 years.
That's a lot.
Flying lizards again.
Hey, don't speak that way about the Holy One.
Flying spitting lizards then.
As a kobold, I think you would take offense to that.
Yeah.
Even though you can't fly, and you don't have any breath weapons, and you're probably closer related to actual lizards.
This is not an offense to you, it's an offense to those.
Well, I'm thinking that once we get to Red Larch, we're going to get some adventures to finish off the rest of the orcs for us.
Lord, I'm gonna be controlling so many fucking NPCs. Because now we have Idra, we have Tialtri, and I've already got my character NPCs I've got to deal with.
Why? I'm going to take leadership when I become level 5.
By the way, you guys are almost to Red Larch, so considering there's nothing else that is designed to happen until you reach Red Larch, would you guys like to move on there?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some adventures to finish the rest of the quest.
Thank you, Windows Defender. I thought I disabled you. The audience everyone in the audience just checked their computer to figure out what that sound was. Nope, that was me. I'm sorry. Where is, there you are. Okay. No, I'm not trying to grab Tagwin. I'm just trying to grab these two. And yeah, we can move on to Red Larch.
Yay.
So I am back, waiting for Tegwin to get back.
Well, I'll wait till Tegwin gets back. Do you guys want to continue in Red Larch? Because, I mean, you actually made
I
it.
have no problem with it.
You actually made it.
I've got all night, so if you're not, like, boiling to death, then...
I'm not. It's been, thanks to the nor'easter, it's been pretty cool in Florida.
Nice.
Yay! I'm just glad it's hot here because it's cold outside.
Yeah, I mentioned something that at least, Saul, Ikrik, and Idra would be aware of. That would be the first dragon sighting in about 40 years. I don't know how well informed Tegwin or Seth would be on such things in this part of the world.
Probably not very informed. I don't know if there have been dragon sightings, like, more often in his part of the world or not. So I don't know if he would be impressed or not impressed of a dragon.
Well, it's like 100 times your size. It's impressive any way you look at it.
Well, true. But I mean, I don't know if it's like a common occurrence in Malharundi.
Malharundi, I would have to go read something about that to give you a clear answer on that.
I guess for now then, it was a pretty impressive dragon.
Yeah?
Yeah, we are lucky to see one of the holy here, like, destroy our enemy.
And when Phage gets back, we will be moving on to Red Larch, because you guys are basically there. There's nothing else that's gonna happen on the long road. However,
in that case, maybe I'll get more healing then, because I'm just at 8.
there is an All Faith shrine that you can be healed at in Red Larch. In fact, Red Larch is a pretty, I mean, it's grown. It grows more in 5th edition than it did in 4th edition, and technically we're using 4th edition history. But yeah, it's, for a small, like, midpoint city, or midpoint town, it's actually pretty impressive. Just waiting on Phage.
Yeah, I think I don't know what he's doing. Hold on.
Wait,
We're just waiting on you.
3.
Alright, well, I guess I'll
4,
take this
5,
time
6,
to update our
7, 8,
list.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I have my count right.
Oh, you know what?
What?
You said something about that flute having a dragon's presence, putting together puzzle pieces. Flute, dragon. I wonder if it's a dragon calling flute.
I admit nothing.
Well, blow on it and see.
No! I may be a curious creature, but I am not so curious that I want to die. Because then I wouldn't see you guys again for another, like, year and a half until he grows up into to be a cat again.
Incarnation.
Yes, that's okay. So the way that the reason he's lived so long is because he can die, but when he dies, his soul basically moves on to the closest body of an unborn kitten, or soul of an unborn kitten.
That'll make for a fun adventure.
Yeah.
Find the cat. I'm just gonna swap us over to Red Larch for now. As soon as this shit stops... There. Welcome to Red Larch.
Oh, It is a much more smallery map.
Yes. Did I just... Dick butt. Fuck you, Roll20. Hold on a second, I need to... open a tab. Click a link. And... oh, nope, now it's refreshing. Thank you. Huge map that it tells me it runs the risk of causing problems. No problems. Tiny map with one image on it. All the problems. Anyway.
It's because we want all the things.
As you can see, I wrote labels on a lot of stuff for you guys. But I didn't label everything. So if there's places you want to visit while you're in town, which would be a good idea considering current health pools and such.
I want to see the shrine.
Say to the group that I need to get to a tailor before we can deliver the message. So maybe the rest of you wanna get a healer and healer for part of that, and we meet at the Black Butter Inn.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Butler Inn is number 2, and right next door at number 1 is the All Faith Shrine.
Sounds good.
Your tailor would be one of the houses under 20.
Yeah.
Are there any potential like black markets or
Not in Red Larch.
magical? Okay, what about any magical anything dealer?
No, the closest to magical items here would be the dwarf smithies.
Well, in that case, I'd like to just go to the dwarf smithy and see if they have any like special daggers or anything like that.
How much can I heal at the shrine next to the...
The shrine will heal you for an optional donation of 1 gold. You can be healed for 10 points.
Okay.
And it would take about 30 minutes, so that would be during the time everyone else is shopping.
Okay, so... okay, equipment.
Now don't forget that you guys had a goal here, too.
Okay. Where's my gold amount again?
I believe you are running low on gold. I can't remember exactly how much you have left.
But I still have something.
I know you still have at least like 7 golds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the GP.
Yeah.
So I have 10. I'm gonna pay 2 for 20 heal.
So 7 is your dwarven smithies, and they have Kreese daggers.
So I'm back at max health. Thank you very much.
Good.
All right, they have what kind of daggers?
Kreese daggers. Oh, I'm sorry. It's kukri daggers. Getting my names mixed up.
Was 7 orcs left, wasn't there?
There are at least 4 orcs left from what you saw. The ones that TL pointed out to you while you were passing along, sneaking past, essentially.
Were there 2 bands left or 1 band?
Supposedly,
left
supposedly, you only saw 1 band while you were sneaking around, other than the one that got completely, burnt to a crisp.
Okay. Can I go to a tailor?
Yes, your tailor is going to be at 5... oh, I'm sorry, no, the tailor's at 20. It's the 3rd house from the road.
Yeah, I go in there.
By the way, the Kreese cost... the kukris cost Kukris cost 8 gold pieces a piece. They're about a foot in length. They deal 1d4 damage, have a crit range of 18 to 20, a crit multiplier of 2.
Alright, so they're not, other than the crit damage, they're not much better than what I already carry.
Not really.
Alright.
I mean, if anything, they would just serve as extra stock.
Yeah. And do they have regular daggers?
Yes. They have dueling daggers.
Is there an ability for me to sell some of the weapons I don't use anymore so I can get new ones and more gold?
Sure. That would come after, that would be, I mean, you're being healed right now. I'm presuming that everyone's split up to do their shopping.
Yeah.
So, let me finish up with, Adwa first.
The dueling daggers are just regular 1d4 crit range 19 to 20
Yes.
that are 2 gold piece.
Yes,
Normally.
yes.
Okay.
They're trying to get 5 gold apiece for them, but you can haggle.
Okay. I'll haggle and
I'll just consume one of my spells and heal myself.
oops, shoot. I accidentally opened up.
I love that you can heal yourself with undead spells. that gives me no end of joy.
And that is exactly why I'm not going to the temple. I might burst into flames.
That's a pretty good idea.
Natural 20.
That's not what I got on my end. I see a check of 17.
Oh, sorry. Nope. I was scrolled up.
Oh, yeah, no. Check of 17.
Okay, 17. Yeah.
Still, you are able to... How much do you want to pay?
2 gold.
He grumbles, but painfully agrees. How many daggers are you getting?
I probably can't carry too many more, so I guess I'll just go ahead and just pick up 2 more. That way I have 8.
Alright, so 4 gold.
I am taking Tall Tree shopping for his broom and apron.
Adorable. So I presume then that you and Saul are in the tailors at the same time?
Yes.
So let's do the tailors quickly. And then we'll do Red's sales.
I need a new suit because I couldn't pack myself if I had to sneak out of town.
Also, just out of curiosity, as far as the stuff that we picked up, who's carrying it all? Because we probably want to sell some of it off.
Ikrik, most likely.
I was gonna say.
In that case, I'm gonna go sniff out Ikrik.
Ikrik is, presumably when you finish up buying your daggers, Ikrik is getting finished up healing and coming to the same place where you are.
Okay, so we'll probably meet paths.
Alright, so, you want a suit which falls under... God damn it. Where is... I know it exists. There's supposed to be...
A pinstriped one if I can get away with it.
Oh boy.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just trying to find exactly what I'm going to use as the basis of that item, because all I'm finding is armor right now.
And a fedora hat if they have that as well.
My lady. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't find the clothing.
There we go, yeah. Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, this would fall under, I presume you want a courtier's outfit.
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna say, or a noble's outfit, if it's a suit.
Well, I mean, courtiers and nobles are both fancy tailored clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, a courtier's outfit actually gives you a -2, gives others a -2 penalty on charisma checks against you.
Courtier.
Yeah. And the noble does not give a bonus, however... Yeah. So you can pay $10, excuse me. Sorry, forgive me, 75 gold for a noble's outfit, or 30 gold for a courtier's outfit.
I go with courtier's
And then
outfit.
every 5 gold you pay on top of that would be pieces of jewelry to go with it.
Yeah, but I already got pieces of jewelry.
Yeah, you've got a mummified elf hand.
And that other stuff, so... I'm going to pay 30 gold for a outfit.
Alright, now make sure to mark down that that outfit does give you a... Others have to take a -2 penalty on charisma checks while you're wearing it. The hat will cost you 5 gold, because, I mean, hats.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
It's a very fine hat.
I was looking at the billowing cape.
Ooh, yeah, there are some really fascinating items in the SRD at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
also going to get myself some perfume.
You're just trying to make this hard on me, aren't you? 1 gold. Okay, common, exotic, or rare.
Common.
Alright, that's 1 gold point per... 1 piece of gold per dose. 1 sun per dose.
Yeah, I'm just going to take 1 though. Yes.
Alright, that's 1 gold.
something I wanted to let you know just in advance that I am looking for. Obviously not here since I don't have any magical items, is I'm going to be looking for a blink back belt.
Oh, no kidding. That's... Oh, that's gonna be so awesome. I'm sorry. I appreciate that. I really do.
Okay.
Run up and stab you! What am I talking about? I'm over here.
Oh, no, that's not what that does.
Oh, wait.
No, a blink back belt is if my daggers are on it and I throw them, they'll blink back to my belt after they hit their target.
Oh, am I thinking of a... Oh, I'm thinking of the Blink Vest.
Though now that you mention a blink vest, that sounds cool too.
A set of clips is attached to the segmented belt, constructed of metallic links. Up to 2 one-handed melee weapons or up to 4 light melee weapons can be hung from the belt in straps or sheaths. When the wearer draws a weapon attached to this belt and throws it before the end of her next turn, the weapon teleports back to its strap or sheath immediately after the attack is resolved. Price 5,000 gold.
Yep. But it'll be very useful.
Oh, no kidding.
Or, eventually maybe Tegwin can make it for 2,500 gold.
Yes, now...
Well, as soon as we gain a level...
I cannot find an apron for you, Phage. The closest I can find would be something along the lines of a peasant's outfit or an entertainer's outfit. Or alternatively, you could go all in and buy him a dancer's garb.
We're not going that route.
You don't swing that way. Unless Ikrik does.
I was gonna say maybe, even though it's not quite, maybe like a tabard.
Tabard might be the item, although, are you sure you want to be giving him armor?
Is that armor?
Technically.
What does it do? Worn over armor, this garment usually sleeveless, open on the sides.
Oh, no, I'm mixing things up. Yeah, canvas for insignias.
Yeah.
Well, we could, you could buy a tabard and inscribe it with, "This is my half-orc. There are many like it, but this one is mine."
Wouldn't a kilt be rather close to the price?
Yes.
Design-wise.
I think a kilt would actually fit the description. I just missed kilt, and kilts are cheap at 2 silver.
Now all we need is a broom.
You have a broom at home already,
you already
I presume.
have a cap.
I thought you guys had a broom already.
We do. But he might want his own special broom, because that will be his broom.
Oh, you know what I just realized? He left his weapons out in the forest. Note to self. Yeah, so now I'm going to go to Red, and I
Oh,
presume... Oh, sorry.
One more thing we need to get for him is a backpack, because he is now officially Pack Mule.
Alright, those are actually a lot easier to get a hold of.
Alright, so I'm assuming I met up with Red
We'll
along the
put
way.
the backpack on him, a belt
Yeah.
pouch, a couple of satchels.
And I literally want to sell off stuff because I'm back in full health, so...
A
Yeah,
common
I got-
backpack is 2 golds, and pouches, belt pouches are 1 gold.
How much?
2
I'm
gold for
paying.
the 2 gold for an empty backpack, 1 gold for each belt pouch.
So 5 gold?
That would do. That would allow you to carry, or allow him to carry 2 cubic feet of material plus 3. Oh, that can't be right. Really? That sounds so weird. How is it how is 3 pouches, belt pouches, better than a backpack?
I will inform him that we'll begin his education in mathematics once we return.
Oh, no, I
look
misread. Sorry. It's, so 10, 20, 30 pounds plus... 50, 60... You can carry 70 pounds.
Nice. I'm going to look over the Tegvin or the finished chapter. I think the next thing we need to do is find the adventure in and get them to deal with the rest of the orcs for us.
If you say so.
We'll probably end up dealing with them on our way back.
Yeah, but I think before you find them, you will run across the other orcs.
We could always get our new boy toy here, a weapon. But do you trust him with one?
No, not
Not
yet.
really.
Neither do I.
Either
That's
I...
No.
That is why I was hoping we could check the inn, see if we find any adventure here, and hire them to for us.
So, Ikrik and Seth, do you want to sell off all that gear?
Yeah.
We would like to sell probably not all of it, but and definitely haggle.
Okay,
But I'm assuming on top of what Ikrik has, I'm assuming the longbow, the 2 longbows, the 2 double axes, the 3 javelins.
The war hammer, yeah.
Okay, well I don't know what you have, but as far as things that we are currently carrying that I have on my list, oops, there goes my pen.
And that's
Longbow, double
yeah.
axe.
okay.
Yeah.
For the crossbows, he offers 25 gold apiece. For the double axes, he offers 12 gold apiece. For the longbows, he offers 10 gold apiece. For the javelins, he offers 5 silver per. The tri-blade guitar catches his eye, and he's actually willing to pay at value for it. Which is, I just misplaced that, 6 gold. And he has no interest in a useless flute. Cat o' Nine Tails is worth 3 gold, I believe. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around.
You're not
No,
selling
1
this.
gold.
You're not selling the stuff that the adventurers.
I don't think it would be a good idea to let people know where we're going.
And then what did you have, Ikrik?
I have a warhammer and a spare double axe. Because I have the Earthbreaker now.
Okay,
The
so
Warhammer is, he offers 6 gold. And
6 gold?
yeah. Well, I mean, this is, you said you wanted to haggle, and he's haggling.
Right.
Shit, the orc double axe. What did I just tell you the orc double axes were worth?
Well-
it's 12 gold.
Yes, 12 gold apiece.
Alright. I don't know what their actual value is, but I'm going to attempt to haggle what what their actual value is. So let me roll a diplomacy.
You can roll diplomacy as well, Red.
That's probably not gonna be the best thing ever.
Well, what do you suggest we do then, Tegven? Because I really don't know how to fight any more of those.
With the assist, you guys are quite convincing. He is willing to go as high as 1 gold shy of value. So if you want to convince him for that 1 last gold per item,
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
you can roll again. Or you can take what you've got. God damn it. Alright, fine. Take all my money.
But we still got the stuff from those adventurers we managed to recover.
Okay, so the longbows.
Yeah, I assume.
Oh, okay, I was literally using half value to determine everything, so just double the value for everything I told you.
So 20 gold, 24 gold, 50 gold, 10 silver, and the cat of 9 tails would be 2 gold, and the warhammer would be 12 gold. Alright, so we will sell the 2 longbows for 40 gold. We will sell the 3 double axes for math. It's 24 times 3.
72.
Alright, 72 gold, and the 1 heavy crossbow for 50 gold, and the 3 javelins for 30 silver, and then the cat of 9 tails. Go ahead and sell that as well. Oh, and the warhammer for 12 gold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, so you should have a total... I mean, good god, you guys got rich off this. Although...
No, so Seth looks at Ekrig and says, "Should we tell them how much we made?"
Oh, I love it.
Food. Extends hand. Come, kitty.
All right.
Idra.
That wasn't an answer, but
That was totally an answer, you see.
but Seth follows after Ekrig.
Idra is waiting outside of the smithy's
This
house.
is the thing, this was totally an answer, and it means no, we get food, and stops, and come, kitty.
Idra appears to be walking toward the quarries when she passes you. She bows her head respectfully and says, will you, thank you all for taking me along with you. You have shown me great honor, and this will be repaid in time. Will you be in Red Larch long?
Is that me and...
Yes, you and Ekrik.
Seth just kind of shakes his head. He says, "No, we're here on business. We'll be leaving soon."
Yeah. We're not here to stay.
Well, I'm only
So
here
maybe-
for a short time as well. Are you returning to Waterdeep?
Indeed.
He nods with a smile on his face.
Please come find me at the inn when you're ready to head back. I would love the assistance. I will even pay you for the honor.
Very well.
Her cheeks are still very rosy, by the way.
From eating the soul of...
Most of the soul, not the whole thing.
I assuming while Seth is answering, Ekrig is just giving her the stink eye.
Pretty much.
She bows her head again. She appears to be much more welcoming of your you guys' presence than she was when she first met you.
Cool.
But she travels north up to 18 One Shield Quarries and disappears inside. Meanwhile, you guys have a delivery to make.
Okay, I assume that our party had gathered.
I thought we were here for a pickup.
No,
No, we
you
were-
Got to
drop off.
Yeah.
drop off and a pickup.
Mm.
We
Okay,
weren't
yes.
we weren't escorting the guy. We were just
No, your job
delivering
is
a
to
letter.
make sure that he can be escorted safely. Your job isn't to escort him yourselves.
All right, I was a bit confused with that then.
The point is, he needs to get alive back to work. That is the
So the Maora house is at 9. Mendiver's got 4 homesteads at 11 for his family, as well as the poultry farm at 10.
So where is he? 9.
So there's the mayor's house. There's the mayor's family poultry farm. And here is all of his relatives.
Well, I'm going to try the mayor's.
At the mayor's house, you're greeted by a scrivener at the door, who also happens to be a kobold. He's probably the only kobold outside of Waterdeep or Neverwinter in this area, because very few kobolds who are separated from their own packs live in the cities.
Seth, are you in human form or cat form?
He's currently in human form, but he can turn into cat form if needed.
I tried to make a sign for Seth to cat form.
Okay, he disappears behind a bush, make sure no one's looking, and would you like me to roll a stealth first before I change?
It's not necessary, the streets are pretty much empty. This is not a very bustling town.
Alright, then he go ahead and turns into cat form and heads back over.
Well, before I go to Major's house and speak to the kobold tribe, I want to explain to Seth that I want him to try and make sure that after he has read the message and put it away or something, that he takes it to me or Tegman so we can make a copy of
Wait. So, am I trying? Basically, I'm trying to look over the shoulder of the guy who's reading the message.
I think he wants you to steal it back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm writing something up using my scribe skill before we.
Is
Get
it
out
a
on this.
receipt?
No, it's that.
Wanted stalwart individuals of non-dubious constitution, reputations, and deed for escort mission.
Interesting. You're actually going to plan for his escort party.
Yes,
Well,
and
there
it
is-
should make for a nice distraction.
Well, across near the inn and the All Faiths house, there is a board for posting bill, essentially.
That's what this is for, but I'm not posting it myself. I'm just having it ready.
Okay. Well, the kobold inside explains to Saul, because he's the only one of you this kobold is not afraid of, that the mayor is quite busy, has been detained all day by individuals from the town.
I show the message so we can see the seal on it. Well, this can't wait. This is very important. I have been hired from Waterdeep, from Saul and Ikrik, to deliver this message over to the mayor.
The kobold shakes his head. He has no idea whose seal that is marked on that. But he takes the envelope from you and says,
I
will deliver...
I don't give the envelope to him.
Okay,
can't
okay, we
Okay.
both... Give me a reflex.
Freaking hell. Not giving it to him and showing it.
Well, he attempted to
Oh,
take it.
You're a smart kobold. That doesn't mean all kobolds are smart.
Nice, natural
Oh.
20, mother.
You jerk it away just in time, and as is my favorite thing to do when someone gets hit with a With a save natural 20, he falls on his face. He climbs up and says, "How am I? You cannot go in there."
And I'm telling you that I've been hired to deliver this to him directly. My word is my bond. So,
The kobold appears to be getting very anxious.
Cannot go in there, he says, as he probably motions to someplace in particular.
Yes, he's
And
motioning to the mayor's office, which is
Is the door
a little
open?
bit back. No, the
Well,
door's closed.
We go in. It's not like he could really stop us. Not
You're
with
for-
Ekrik there.
You're forcing your way in. All right.
I was hoping the door was open. That way I could try to stealth inside and see what's going on.
I mean,
Well-
I can just do intimidate again.
Oh, you
Go
don't
ahead.
really have to. It's not like the door's locked, and it's not like a small kobold is going to do anything to stop you other than bluster.
Now leave or face the audit from hell.
Yeah, pretty much. So you guys are entering his office?
yes.
Yep.
Alright, inside the office, along with Mendevere, who is behind his desk, are two men in very regal suits of armor. Despite what the kobold said, these are clearly not villagers from the town. Does anyone have
Knowledge nobility?
Yes, thank you.
I have.
These
Okay,
are
oh.
guards. These are actually guards from the royal family in Neverwinter that he's
Interesting.
negotiating with. And as you step in, the mayor is actually yelling, "If something isn't done about these orcs, my city is going to suffer."
Oh.
But he interrupts himself as soon as the door opens and shouts, "What are you doing in here?"
Somebody should
Two-
say,
two things.
well, 11 of
I-
them are already taken care of.
Yeah. Well, two things. One, I am Saul, and from Saul and Ekrik. I'm here to deliver a message to you. Hand the message directly to the mayor.
Give me another reflex check, because one of the Neverwinter's Noble's Knights is reaching for it. Everybody wants this thing. No, that's his nobility check.
Oh, okay. Come on.
Oh my god!
Yes!
You
Saul, you
definitely-
are deft.
Yeah, he misses entirely. This man is clearly an oaf. And he embarrassedly steps back and gets out of your way so you may make the delivery.
I sniff a little towards him before I hand it to the mayor.
Mendevere hands over the note and or takes the note, excuse me, and takes a look at the imprinted seal on it, and he gasps for a second. He leans back and he looks at it. He's holding it in his hand, and his hand begins to tremble. He looks up at the two guards of Neverwinter and says, "Tell the innkeeper I told her to put you up for the night. I need to attend to this now."
I look over to the guards. If you want to know where those orcs are, I believe I can help you.
The more slender of the two guards looks at you. You know about the orc problem around Red Larch?
Yeah, yeah. Directly, indirectly, so I took out 3 of those bands. But the problem is actually in your neck of the woods. There is a town of some sort of those half-orcs.
Yes, there has been a tribe on our borders that has caused no end of grief for the merchants who travel between Red Larch and Neverwinter.
No
Yeah,
such thing as tribe of half-breeds, Ekrik
Yeah.
says.
And also, I believe that quite a few of your nobles are doing business with them.
He's taken aback by this statement. You take that back. There is no way that is the case.
No, we're not
Diplomacy.
taking it back.
Diplomacy.
By the way, while they're talking, I am trying to find a place where I can hide.
There are bookshelves around the back window of the office.
Is there any place that looks like it's not accessed very often? Something small, because I'm in cat form.
You would have to leave the office for that. It's not a very luxurious office. It's not very big. It doesn't really have closets. However, there were closets outside, and if you pass a stealth check, I'm pretty sure you could get past the kobold. As for diplomacy, you've just pissed off the knights. You've just pissed off the royal order.
Can I intimidate them now?
Keep the full-blooded orc in check here, because yeah, our nobles would do no such thing.
My apologies. I may have seen it wrong, but people of wealth, at least, are involved in this.
You seers, always making assumptions about matters that you see from so far away. Thank you for your apology. Now,
I'm going to step on Taldry's foot. Speak.
Wait, what do you want him to say? Because if
I want him to confirm what he knows.
I don't know who. Okay, well, he says, wait. I know not who they are, but they come wearing similar badges as you do, pointing to the insignia on the slender guard's armor. Some with that insignia, some with others. They come to our tribe and they buy whatever we have no use for: trinkets, baubles, jewelry. At least they did before a dragon consumed them with fire. And he shoots a look back at the group as if somehow the dragon is your fault.
I'll cross my arms.
Looking
Clack
like
my
yes.
teeth.
Yes, like looking like the dragon is our doing. We have a dragon on our side. Fucking dragon. Sorry.
The mayor is barely paying attention. He is very nervously popping the seal on the envelope in order to open it. And as he does, the guards are leaving to go to the Black Butler Inn. And he takes it out and he begins... Oh, by the way, Seth, you are very able to slip into a closet from which you can enter the office if the office door is left open.
Okay.
So I would recommend... I don't know how you would convey that to them, though.
No, I mean, I know what he wants me to do, so I'm just gonna disappear.
Okay. Well, there's a closet that is behind the desk of the kobold, and you sneak to it with great ease. The kobold is a decent scribe, but not a very good, guard. And it doesn't look like the mayor can afford regular guards of his own. But yes, when he takes the note out and holds it in both hands and begins reading to himself, you can see you can see his mouth move. He's not the most literate of mayors, although around these parts literacy is not a super common trait. And the color flushes from his face. And he crumples the note up and grips it in his hand and looks at Saul and says, "Why do you bring me a message of such..."
Oh, by the way,
because the client told me to.
Tell your client I will meet her at the due time, but not a moment sooner. You can see he's trembling. If you actually give me a perception check. Well, you can't tell if he's angry or terrified, Ikik. You, on the other hand, can tell that this is complete and utter terror, Saul.
I just nod to him and look over to Tegvin. Make note that we have delivered the message as client asked.
Whip out one of my notes. Scribble it down, close it, put it away. Pull out the secondary note, the notice I drew up and handed over. You might need this. Drop it on his desk.
He reads your note and is like, "Get out of my office. Just get out of my office." He's very upset.
I just tip my hat to him and then I leave.
Hopefully that gives our cat a chance to do what he came to do. I'll drag Apron Boy along with me.
He's kind of come to the conclusion that he doesn't have a choice, given, you know, 1 hit point and part of his soul having been devoured by the woman who left your party.
Chin up, boy. It'll grow back.
No, it won't. So you guys are you guys leaving the mayor office?
Yeah.
Alright, it's going to take, well, as you're leaving, he's pounding his fist on his desk and basically hanging his head in his hands, trying to figure out what he's going to do. And, at this point, if, Seth wants to get that note, he's going to have to make 2 stealth checks. One to get past the get past the kobolds, which isn't very high, and one to sneak around the mayor.
Well, what I was thinking is that he potentially waits until the mayor leaves the office or something, but...
Yeah, that will actually make sense in case he wanted to read
Well, in
it
which
again.
case, he actually is going to leave his office, but not the entire mayoral house.
Mm-hmm.
He walks out and he begins talking with his house kobold. He's just telling him to go make the posting and inform people at the inn that there is a new adventure for the mayor on the posting board. So
Damn it, I should have demanded payment for that.
So the kobold is leaving, and the mayor is very stressed. He's sitting basically sitting on the kobold's desk, in a mix of fear and thought.
All right. Seth rolled a 28 stealth.
Well, yeah, you are next to invisible.
I can go invisible, yeah.
And that gets you in the door.
All right, I'm going to take 6 seconds, turn into a human, or well, first, as a cat, I'm just going to kind of leap up on the desk and look around, see if I can find the missive.
There is a crumpled piece of paper sitting on the floor next to the desk.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, he's going to, can he straighten it out at all with his paws, or am I going to have to turn
Give me a
human?
perception check.
All right.
Before you're able to even reach the paper, you hear a loud crashing noise out in the kobold's front office.
Okay.
Are you going to check on it?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Well,
no. You said you're not checking on it.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
It sounds like a person has fallen over.
Oh, fallen over.
Yes.
Does it sound like there was an attack of any sort? Like, did I hear any?
You didn't hear you didn't hear anyone else, but you heard what was either someone collapsing or falling in some way.
Okay, well, then in that case, if it was that big of a crash, he just wants to kind of peer around the corner of the door to see what the hell's going on.
The pale fear in the mayor's face has become an almost ghoulish retraction of skin. The mayor is laying on the ground, and he is... Well, From the naked eye, he looks dead. And you're not the only person discovering this fact, because the kobold turns around and asks, he intended to ask something of the mayor on his way in, and he lets out a blood-curdling scream.
All right. Well, in that case, Seth's going to go quickly back into the office, take 6 seconds to turn back into turn back into a human form, quickly read the thing and see what it says, and then turn back into a cat and kind of hide best he can so he can escape back out. Well, no, I'm going to read the note and then let you know what it said, because somebody will notice the note's gone.
True.
The note says, Dear Mandiver, the time has come to pay your debts. You will know that these are my acts. The men who have come to deliver this will make sure of your safekeeping on travel down here, should you wish to have a problem with this. And it's signed Ciara.
Can I notice any kind of... Did we, along the trip, notice any kind of magic to this note?
The only magic you would have noticed on the note would be the magic seal that the seal provides. But the note itself, it's not magic that's causing the problem. I need you to give me a reflex save.
Me?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see. Reflex. 25.
Okay, good. Well, you can feel a burning sensation in your fingers as you're holding the paper. And this is no magical burning sensation, this is straight up poison.
Oh, fuck. And we wouldn't have, Saul wouldn't have been affected by this at all?
No, the poison wasn't in the envelope, and the envelope's a very thick paper. It was just the notes.
Oh, okay. So would I have recognized that it was poison?
I would think you would as a rogue.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, I've turned back into a cat. Well, actually, I look around. Are there any windows?
There's one back window, however, no one's out there through it.
Okay.
So, you see where the 9 arrow is pointing? That's essentially where the window is.
Oh, okay. Well, and does that lead to outside the building, then?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to, instead of turning back into a cat, I am going to rush over to the window, unlock it, and just try to stealth out of the place.
As you do, you can hear the kobold panicking and screaming, "Help! Help! The mayor! The mayor! Something's wrong with the mayor!"
Alright, I'm gonna roll a stealth check. I'm probably freaked out a little bit, so I fumbled a bit.
But luckily there's no one on that little side street, and most people are at work right now. The blue houses, by the way, are mostly residential.
Okay.
But yeah, you're able to sneak out. Now, where are the rest of you headed?
I have no idea. Probably.
I would presume you wouldn't have gotten very far when the kobold begins screaming that the mayor needs help.
Rush back inside.
Ah, jeez, here we go again.
Basically, I rush back around the house as a cat, and like try to get their attention. Anybody who hasn't run back into the house.
I haven't run back into the house yet.
There is a stout carpenter who's about halfway down the road who hears the screaming and starts walking toward the mayoral house. Now, whether it's at your beckoning or the shouts of the kobold, you can't be sure.
Well, I wasn't trying to get there anyone's other than my part, because basically what I did is I ran back around the house
Right.
to get my party's attention.
Well, he's probably responding to the kobold then.
Okay. Basically, so does anybody in the party see me? Do they need to make a perception check?
I don't think a perception check would be necessary if any of them are still outside.
I mean, I didn't get inside yet, so.
So, Ikik.
So we're lucky to see the cat. Yes.
All right. He looks around to see if anyone else is like around. Is that blacksmith around?
The carpenter? The carpenter's at the...
Yeah, the carpenter.
The carpenter's too far away right now to have visual.
Alright, so, he says, still in his cat form, poison.
Damn it, I say. Look at the thing. We have to help the mayor, or we won't
Extend hand to
succeed.
Kitty. Come, Kitty, quick. We warn the others.
All right.
Charges into the office and grabs the others by their capes.
Well, we outside.
No. You went out. You went inside.
Yeah, inside when after talking to the kitten, I mean, we have to help the kobold. He's dropping for help.
Well, do any of us have like a heal or like a
Psychic purge. Can do that.
No, you'd want, I believe it's Cure Wounds.
Purge corruption.
Purge Corruption, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I can do that, then I will do that. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
you can cast it for whatever the, spell slot cost is.
Yeah.
And, a little bit of light comes back to his cheeks, however, this poison appears to be crippling him very quickly. He's not a young man, he's very susceptible, apparently. But he sits up and, gasping, he shudders in fear. And before passing out again, he actually says, "I should have never taken that deal."
I cast Stabilize on him.
Alright, he's stabilized, but he clearly needs a lot of rests. The other kobold is trying to usher you guys out the entire time. You can't be here! You can't be here! But he's pretty ineffectual.
I look
At
over
this
the
point,
kobold.
Ikrik looks at him and says, "Do you want us not to be here, or do you want your master to live?"
We have healers in this town. We do not need your kind. You killed him! You nearly killed him.
And we
No.
also
Right,
brought
I'm
back-
gonna roll
Another s-
intimidate at him. God damn it.
I'm consuming another spell and casting Cure Light on him.
Good. Okay.
I look the kobold stern in
Oh
the
wait,
eye.
it's +2.
My job was to make
3
sure
points.
that the major was able to meet the client. That was I've been told. If the major can't do that, then my task has failed. I don't fail.
Is this a diplomacy?
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Yeah. And when you perform the heal, a little bit of the sallow in his cheeks begins to fade, but he's clearly just very exhausted at this point. The other kobold, despite you failing your intimidate check, has decided to change tack and runs out of the mayoral house. By this point, the carpenter is walking in the door.
Seth looks up. That could be a problem.
And as he opens the door, he's clearly not the only one coming in.
That won't work. My bedside manner sucks.
Well, it's alright. Saul just you know, completely failed to convince the other kobold to not freak out, and well, now the other kobold is fetching the Neverwinter Guard, Royal Guard.
Yep, I knew that was going to be a problem.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to call it here.
Okay.
Because I think this is actually a really interesting place to stop, and I actually need to write a little bit more before we can continue, unfortunately. Because the way I do this, I tend to write an outline of everything, and then I write a little bit more of a detailed outline for like a session or two, and then I kind of write bits of story, and then go by what you guys are doing, right?
Right.
And it's
So-
also cliffhanger time.
So at this point, I had everything up to the mayor dying spelled out, basically. Although you guys, again, did an amazing job of skipping some of the fun and instead making your own fun. I really do appreciate that.
Well,
But-
Saul may be an evil bastard, but he's always been true to his word, and his word was to deliver the message and make sure the major return to.
So this session is going to be worth 1100 experience.
Level up.
Part of that is 300 experience for killing the mayor. I'm sorry, that's just something I really wanted to do, was give experience for you. Because if you guys delivered the notes, he was going to get sick and possibly die if you didn't save him. Technically, he was at death's door. That means you guys can get experience for it. But yes, 1100, and you guys are now level 3.
Yay.
Saved him.
There are, yes, of course, that's, you guys got some experience for that too, don't you worry. And and yeah, let's take a moment to actually talk about what we're going to be doing with level 3. Because I know, Red, this would be your first time leveling up.
Yeah.
How
So,
much XP was it again?
1100 total. So you guys were at 2550, I believe, which means you guys would be at 3650 now.
Yes.
So your base attack bonus goes up to +3, Red. Your fort save goes up to 3. Your ref save goes up to 1. Your will save goes up to 1. And you gain trap sense. God, that would have been beneficial.
One more time.
Wait.
A very useful skill to have in a bar.
Okay, one more time. Because
Oh, I'm sorry. This is all on your core class's barbarian table. I'll link it to
I
you.
think I have trap sense. Let me double check.
character details, ability scores, class race, experience. Okay, level 3 then.
Yep.
Okay.
So now base attack bonus, or BAB, should be set to +3.
Mm-hmm.
Your fortitude or fort save should be set to +3. The saves are at the bottom, or not the bottom, but toward the middle.
Okay, it's at 3 at the moment, so
But yeah, but your ref and will saves are now 1 and 1 instead of 0 and 0.
okay.
And you also gain trap sense. I'm linking it directly to you. At 3rd level, Barbarian gains a +1 bonus on reflex saves made to avoid traps, and a +1 dodge bonus to armor class attacks made by traps. These bonuses increase by +1 every 3 Barbarian levels thereafter. Trap sense bonuses gained from multiple classes stack. That's the awesome part. That would be classified as a feature.
Okay, so it's gonna be an ability, yes.
So that's
Speed
danger
calc-
sense that.
Speed calculations, abilities.
That would
Feature effect.
combine with danger sense, but for barbarians it's trap sense.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the Unchained Barbarian, and they call it danger sense. But what you read was
Straight barbarian, the core barbarian, trap sense.
Class feature, barbarian. Description.
That's not bad.
Yay, I can now use dexterity on all my melee attacks.
That's beneficial. You're going to be headshotting with your knives more, I presume.
Well, I already ranged already gets the dex. Is the damage is
Oh
dex.
shit, you know what I forgot to say?
Hmm.
I forgot to mention that one of the reasons no one's outside is because everyone's afraid of the fucking dragon.
Oh.
I forgot to mention that part. That's why no one's outside except maybe the carpenter and a couple other people.
Yeah. Well, good to know, but we didn't actually question anybody, so we wouldn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, the mayor is technically alive, but I mean, you might
It could
want.
be worse.
It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. You could have given it to the kobold to read first.
I say that may have been an improvement.
Oh, but you guys now have a slave that I should probably give you guys access to the character sheet for.
New name
We're
will
going to
be
give him a
Ron.
tail.
Did you know that that there are actually kobold tail weapons available?
Yeah, I know, but I need to take a feat for start using tail.
Alright, we're rolling for our hit dice, right?
Yeah.
I got a 3. So, not bad.
I change the permissions on this. There it is, edit. In players' journals, all players can be edited by all players. Save changes. Alright, Tealtree has been added to the NPCs category. Well, I want it to be added to the NPC. Well, it's in there somewhere. It's not a complete character sheet. I apologize for not having everything detailed out. But it is still technically a monster/NPC, so.
Now we must give him class levels.
Fill in the gaps.
We should make him a brewmaster.
Actually, I think that is a class.
I had
know.
other plans in mind.
Oh,
Yes.
put the bridle on him and take it pony.
What?
Put the bridle and tail on him and take in pony shows.
Not quite that type of. No. Okay. Definitely not.
Alright, why can I not
It's 6,000 for your next level, in case anyone's wondering.
why
I'm
can I
reading
not
this properly.
raise my max
You have to raise it in hit. It's where is it?
it's class HP, right? Or no?
It should be.
Not raise my current hit points, but
It would be under classes and levels.
oh, okay, there we go. I got it to raise.
Oh, yeah, there
There's
you go.
also where you'd put your base attack bonus, fortitude, reflex, and will.
I changed it and it didn't change.
So
And
I
then-
gain 1 feet.
Now it has.
Oh, yeah, it's level 3. You all gain 1 feat.
Oh, sweet.
I also got more focus.
And Red, do you have any idea what you want out of a feat right now? Is there anything you feel like you need to be doing? Like taking less damage, maybe?
Yeah.
You said the next level was 6,000?
Yeah, next level is 6,000. Okay, Okay, you can't take Armored Aegis yet. Commander of half-orc kind. You're too low level for that, sadly. Okay, no.
The 10% shot any attack against Thor. It's fun.
Fucking... so many feats.
I mean, if less damage to me doesn't work, then deal more damage by auto.
Well, there's...
That's always a good one.
There's always a lot of those on hand.
What's the most critical one?
I mean,
I
there's
like
a
to
number
smash.
of them. No, not deft hands. Oh, don't forget to roll your hit die, Red. Under, make sure to expand by clicking mode, and then under number of hit die, change that to 3.
No.
Oh wait, no, I guess, yeah.
Settings, collection.
This is on the core tab.
What? Details, ability scores, class race, experience, health and wounds, initiative and speed, show more fields. That one? Which?
Sorry, I'm not looking. Under class, race, and expertise. Okay, wait. Is the mode button blue or white? Very top, right next to the logo.
Right next to the... Yeah, it's blue.
Alright, so on the core tab, under class, race, and experience, you can change the number of HD or hit die to 3. And...
Where it says level.
Oh.
Yeah, and that'll update your...
Hit die, and this is gonna...
As soon as you change focus, it'll fix that up for you.
Okay, so it's like a 12 hit die, so how many do I change?
It should do it automatically, shouldn't it?
I mean, the level's 3, but hit die is 12, so I guess...
Yeah, no, your hit die stays the same.
Okay.
And then... It says your class HP is 19... Yeah, nope, that's correct. It basically just rolls for you, taking the, or it takes the average, one of the two. If you want to take a chance and try and roll higher than, 6, which is what you just, which is what it gave you. Or you can just take the 6.
I guess I'm gonna be fine for now. I don't feel lucky tonight.
Or beam is all.
Oh, wait. No, I just found... I think I found one. No, wait. Okay, I found something you might like, Red. Ah, shit, no. Requires a higher base attack bonus than you have. Damn. We're gonna have to go through this at a different point, because at this point we're just kinda... Yeah. But over the next week, we have a new feature, or we have a new feat to pick. And you guys are level 3. You guys are, you know, going up in the world. And all it took was killing a man.
We've made progress.
Are you worshipping a god, Red?
Not that I know of.
Damn, because if you were, you could take Shadow Dodge, which allows you to gain dodge bonus on your AC, +1 for every 10 feet. 10 feet you move.
I mean, let's put it this way: if there's a god that is a big bowl of ramen noodles with a mountain of chashao on top of it, I'm sure she'd be in for that cult.
That god isn't evil, though. The god of ramen is clearly neutral.
Remind me to get Ottawa to tell you about our character Azelman sometime.
My character Azelmain translates into demon noodles.
It seems that everything about the noodles lately, ain't it?
But yeah, with that, I think we can call the game. Thank you all so very much who are watching in the audience. You guys are absolutely awesome.
Thanks a lot. Like, share, subscribe, and support.
Yes, all that shit. And we will see you next week for more of this shit. Mwah.
I only say that stuff because she's too polite to do it.
I really am. Bonsoir.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.